everyone. Welcome to your Sunday Minecraft live stream. My name is Pixorifs. I hope you're having a good day. I hope your weekend has been treating you well. Mine has been going pretty well. Thanks for asking. It's all good. It's all good. Got my cup of tea and we're ready to start a stream here. Look at the menu screen behind me. There it is. So yeah, we're not only in Minecraft 1.14.2, we're in Minecraft 1.14.2 with Optifine now, or at least the preview version of Optifine. So I'm experimenting with that a little bit on today's stream. Icy Black Boy with 100 bits. Love your channel and hard work. Peace or Rifts. Have a good day, mate. Thank you so much. I will. Hope you have a good day as well. Your weekend has not been well though. Oh, sorry to hear that. Hope it improves soon. Hope the week has some good stuff in store for you. Never seen one of the streams, always watch YouTube. Welcome to Twitch. Welcome to the glory of Twitch. We don't do a huge amount here that is, like, dramatically different from YouTube. But, yeah, you get to do this stuff live. You get to chat, and welcome. Good to have you all on board. You caught the start. You did. You're here. We're all here. 100 of us already. Wow, that's that's awesome. Thank you guys so much. All right, we'll get started here. Oh, we got a sub as well. Other Fire Angel with a 2-month Twitch Prime resub. Can we see some sub hype in the chat, please? Great stuff. Getting better now that you're watching you. Oh, that's kind of you to say. Thank you. And I do hope that I can entertain you and distract you from anything that's been, ticking you off the last couple of days. Glad to hear I can make people's days a little better. So today we're going to be working a little bit with villagers. It's going to be fun. I have recorded tomorrow's episode already, so that's going up live. And yeah, we'll have some fun with villagers. I'm planning on, first of all, I'm back over at Founders Forge in the industrial area, got my villager trading hall all set up. I'm planning on trapping a couple of zombie villagers with the intention of curing them for good trades, basically. But we're going to be doing that for Tuesday's episode, so I'm going to trap them and then we're going to leave them there name tagged or holding items or something. And then we're going to go back over to the desert village where I have now successfully done a raid. Tomorrow's episode, I know we did the raid successfully on the last stream, but then a bunch of villagers died. I have found a really good combination of getting the villagers to stay relatively protected. And it's very basic for just, like, you know, surrounding a regular village with a wall and a bit of water and then just kind of, like, hanging out and shooting all of the stuff over the walls. But yeah, I've done that for tomorrow's episode. We have a sub coming in from Icy Black Boy. Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Enjoy your emotes. Welcome to the Pixels. You are 1 in a million, and I appreciate the support. So in today's stream, we are going to basically renovate that village a little bit more. I need to work a little bit on the structure of it so the village actually looks more natural, because right now it's just a collection of beds out in the open. So we're going to turn that into kind of an Adobe village, hence the title of the stream, Adobe Villastrator. And we're going to do a little bit of work over there. I don't know if we're going to do another raid today, but we will see. We will see. So yeah, I'm going to get started here. I hope you guys enjoy. So yeah, how is everyone? We've got Hero of the Village for the next 8 minutes, but I basically ran out of things to trade. I probably have some like coal and stuff in here that I could trade, but even that is running relatively slim. And I have so many emeralds now, it's almost too much. So I'm pretty happy with the way things are going with the villagers. But I wanted to have those kind of cool village discounts permanently, and potentially get the chance to have even more discount when we next return with a Hero of the Village effect. So I'm thinking I don't need those out of there. I need to put those in. So I'm thinking we will try and cure some zombie villagers. Skull Daisy with 100 bits for the pub in the stream. Oh, the pun in the stream title. Always got bits for puns. I got you. In that case, I should try and do puns more often, right? Have I thought about doing an episode about item duplication or Easter eggs? We've covered a lot of the Easter eggs in some other episodes. Stuff like the dinner bone thing, the dinner bone Easter egg for animals. And Johnny Vindicators and that kind of stuff has all been covered in... Does my windmill look weird to you? What's going on over there? Okay, that's weird. Just not rendering in all the way, I guess. That's very strange. I'm on the lookout for weird stuff with Optifine, but we are only in pre-release F6 or whatever it is. But yeah, we've covered Easter eggs in previous episodes, and then item duplication is one of those things that it's weird doing an episode about, because it's not going to work for people on Bedrock. It's going to be something that potentially gets patched out, so the video itself is not going to be evergreen, and it's also something a lot of people consider cheating, so I'm not necessarily going to focus on that so early in the series. It's the same with commands. A lot of people keep reminding me that I promised on day one that I would do an episode about commands, which was mainly my justification for, like, telling people why I was why I enabled cheats as soon as we started the world. And commands have come up occasionally in episodes here and there, but it's less about, like, I will do an episode about command blocks, and that's a priority, because command blocks are automatically, like, they're not something that's part of survival Minecraft. They're a creative thing, so it doesn't really fit with the guide the way I like to imagine the guide being. So I don't know, but we'll see. Pre-7 of Optifine came out yesterday. What am I using right now? Am I using Pre-7? Pre-6. Okay, cool. So we should have a Pre-7 at some point, but as far as I'm concerned, it's all working pretty well. I haven't seen anything that's too out of the ordinary or game-breaking or anything. My one problem with Optifine that I've noticed recently, and I don't know if this is a new thing just based on how the worlds load or whatever, but the void you see in the distance, that, like, blue void before the actual chunks load in, I don't like that as much as I like the light blue around the horizon right now, like the fog kind of void. I don't really like that as much, but I don't really know how to do anything about that. I've been through a bunch of the settings and nothing seems to change it. So, yeah, it just kind of bugs me that it looks like I've got all of this very blue ocean in front of me when it's actually not ocean at all. And yes, I have the zoom again, which is very nice. There's a lot of people still spamming cat names at me. I have so many comments on that episode for cat names, which is lovely, of course. And I feel bad that I'm not going to be able to get to all of them, because there are a bunch of people who have names that are like, you know, can we do this in memory of my cat who passed away and stuff? And I'm like, oh, the heartstrings are being tugged at, folks, but I only have like 12 cats that I can name, and I can't get to everybody's like dearly departed cat, unfortunately. So I'm not certain quite how many people I'm going to disappoint with that episode. But then again, yeah, we'll probably give the cats some names at some point. Is that to do with a different distance between render distance and something else you don't remember? I mean, yeah, if my render distance was able to load stuff in the background that quickly, then maybe. But I have it on 16 chunks, I always have, and I don't know what the setting I can tweak is that will fix that up. Oh, I've still... Mendelssohn is throwing books at me. That's delightful. He's not giving me a discount on the mending trade, though, is he? Of course not. Can I name a cat dog? A lot of people have suggested that as well. I think it's a funny joke, but... yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do that. There are some other really, really good names. Somebody... I think the one I've decided on so far is that somebody suggested, because one of them... We have 2 jelly cats, and one of them is going to be named Jelly. I think I already name tagged it Jelly. The other one should be Peanut Butter, which I think is great. I like that. Immortal Unicron, so happy to catch another stream. Hope I've been well. I've been very well, thank you. Yeah, as I mentioned on Twitter, for those of you guys who don't follow me on Twitter, I recommend doing so in the next few days. If you want to keep touch on like when streams are going to be, because streams are going to be at weird times and on weird days for the next like week. Because my wife is going away on Tuesday. I'm actually driving her to the airport on Tuesday, so I don't know if I'm going to be back from that in time to do a stream on Tuesday, and I might have other priorities because I'm going to be spending half of the morning driving to and from the airport. But yeah, normally I stream at 3 p.m. on Tuesdays. It might be later, or it might be a different day. And also, my parents are coming to visit from Thursday onwards, so Thursday's stream is either going to be in the morning or not at all, and we'll probably stream on either Wednesday or, like, we'll do longer on Sunday or something like that. I think they're going to be staying for a few days. They're only going to be here, like, Thursday through Saturday, or maybe they'll leave on Sunday or something like that. But, yeah, just so you guys know, stream times and stuff are still going to be a little bit sporadic. And then after that, because my wife is away for a couple of weeks and I don't really have much else in the way of, like, obligations to take care of, I might end up doing more frequent streams for a couple of weeks just to see how that goes and get a little bit more behind-the-scenes work done with you guys on camera. Partly for the company as well, because it's going to be nice just to have people to chat to and, you know, keep my social reflexes working while my wife is away. because she and I spend a lot of time together while we're here at home, and I don't tend to go out and see people all that much because I don't have that many friends who are in this area. My friends are good friends, but they're all scattered around elsewhere in the country, so kind of nice to be able to hang out with you guys and chat. What is a Villastrator? It's a pun between Villager and Illustrator. We're making an Adobe village, and Adobe makes a program called Illustrator. That's the joke. You know, you're online more when your husband is away. Yeah, no, that can happen. I'm online all the time anyway. It's just that, you know, I can stream a little bit extra. So yeah, the plan today is to do a bit of work on Adobe Village. I need to get some name tags though, and I should probably try and get some of those before Hero of the Village runs out, which will be in 45 seconds. All right, we gotta hightail it over here and see if we can land perfectly in front of this guy who will not trade us a name tag. Oh, perfect. Okay, those are cartographers. You, sir, do you have a name tag for me? No, you don't. Oh gosh, why does nobody in this village have a name tag? Ah. I'm on the clock here, people. 10. Yes. Give me all your name tags. Good. Refresh your trades. I'm coming through. Okay, 10 name tags. And 14 seconds left on the Hero of the Village clock. We did it. We did it. An Adobe Village. If you've not seen Adobe architecture before, just Google search it. It's the kind of thing that you'll find in places like New Mexico, in communities like Taos, the Taos Pueblo. Is an example I've looked up for kind of reference images for stuff like this. I also built an Adobe Village, kind of a little cluster of houses in the Savannah on Decidedly Vanilla Season 3. You build a lot of stuff with terracotta, white and, you know, regular terracotta get used quite a lot, which is good because those are already components of villages, and in particular you'll find desert villages use regular terracotta in their structure. So we're going to take a little bit of that with us and use some of that. I'm going to put together a build box while I wait for it to become nighttime, and then we can take that over to the village later. So yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of gathering of materials, a little bit of sandstone we can bring with us. Gunboy, thank you for the host, and TBS Scars with the host as well. Thank you guys. Adobe villages are really well optimized for sharing online. It's true. It is true. If we have time, we'll make some creative clouds as well. You have a little backyard visitor, not as exciting as the foxes. You have a groundhog. Oh, well, at least you know when it's going to be 4 more weeks of winter or whatever the thing. I don't know what the deal is with Groundhog Day. Lots of it in the American Southwest as well, Arizona, Nevada. Yeah. I've not seen any of it in person, but I think I have probably been in the vicinity of it in the past. Zombie test guy. That's going to be our first name tag. The rest of those are for the cats, but this one is for a zombie villager if we can find one. And we'll need some blocks to block him in, and a torch, and then we'll probably need... I guess we won't need the potions and the golden apple until we actually do the episode, so I won't worry about that yet. Is my shirt blue or purple? This one is blue, but this is the color that the other one looked when it was clearly purple. And if you've been to my Instagram account, you'll know how purple that t-shirt is. Do I have any plans for the next video? The next video is already recorded. Because, contrary to popular belief, YouTubers don't just, like, record and upload a video on the day. Like, it takes a little bit of time. So I've already done bits of it. Oh, this is the problem with Optifine. Everything looks all flickery and weird when the textures overlap. I'm pretty sure it doesn't do that with standard vanilla Minecraft. I feel like Optifine enhances that somewhat. I wonder if I can, like, disable VBOs or something and turn those off. Let's... Nope, still kind of flickery. Yeah, that's gross. I don't like that. Pusha! Get back. Need to turn this up a little bit more, even. My sound too low? Hostile creatures. Friendly creatures can stay down, I guess, but I need to hear when zombies are coming at me. See also coming at my villagers. Yeah, the idea... My Instagram is just Pixel Riffs. If you search for me on any social media platform, you'll probably find me if I've got an account there. The idea with the zombie villager is if we can cure him over by that trading hall, then they will gossip between themselves and tell each other that I'm a nice guy. Kind of like what happened over at the jungle village, where we cured all of those zombie villagers, and basically I have permanently great discounts over there. So what we need is to find, or, I mean, potentially make a zombie villager, but I don't think they'll be too happy with me letting one of their own get zombified. Oh, Crystal Alpaca, you got killed by a trident-wielding drowned? That sucks, I'm sorry. Happens to the best of us. By the way, my death count has gone up several times. What are we on now? Like 10, I think? Since last death, less than a day. That's telling, isn't it? Where is, still no player kills. Number of deaths, 9. There we go. We're almost at double digits. Turns out Vexes and Vindicators are a pretty dangerous combination. Iskel did it on Hermitcraft. I know Impulse did it as well. But I want to see how I can share gossip around my existing trading hall. And if, for example, a villager over here will be able to gossip with a villager over there, or if they have to, like, pass it around the room. Like, I don't know what the distance is in eye contact for gossip. And I'm sure there's, like, stuff on the Minecraft wiki about it, but I want to be able to demonstrate that stuff in action. I also need to get more food. I've been eating, like, pumpkin pie that the villagers threw at me for the last little while. It's running out. So 20 minutes before the stream. Yeah, basically. Well, 20 minutes since I last played. I've not seen Phil's 5-year montage. No, I saw that he died, but I haven't actually looked at his channel or anything. I saw the clip of him dying and that was it. 5 years is a long time to have a world, though. Especially without dying. Would love to have a world for that long. Oh, spider jockey. That's a rare occurrence. Weird strafing spider. Okay. Uh-oh. We've made a friend. Hi, friend. Friend has a spider. Double kill. It's a double kill. What's the end crystal for? Oh, it was for a thumbnail. It was literally for a thumbnail. And now I don't want to move it with pistons, and it's probably just going to explode at some point, but I'm just keeping it there for now. I might end up using it for something later. I just wanted to put that in a thumbnail with some TNT when I made the super blast resistant armor. That was basically all it was for. Like, they're having a party up there. Yay! Biffy.mp4. I don't watch Azuma. No. No, I do not. I watch him stream sometimes, but I don't watch his videos for the recap. I will catch the occasional one or two when I have an idle moment, but a lot of the time if I'm watching Hermitcraft, it's because I watch it for the recap, and so I only tend to watch the people that I need to cover, rather than the people who I would watch for just entertainment and fun. I'm not using any texture packs aside from the default textures that come with Minecraft. If it looks different to you, that's because the textures were updated for Minecraft 1.14 and a lot of it looks different. How many points is that worth if you see a charge creeper you win the Let's Play? This guy gets it. You've never watched a recap? Well, now's a good time to start if you want to get caught up with the stuff that's happening on Hermitcraft. They do a lot on that server. Oh, hello. A zombie has apparently decided to climb all the way up to the top of there to mess with my villagers. I think not, sir. He was one of the guys who wasn't affected by knockback as well. I've only had one incident so far where any of these villagers has been attacked by a zombie, and a baby zombie glitched into one of the fences over here. Like, it got kind of behind there and dropped into that gap and was attacking this guy through a corner. So I hope that doesn't become a regular thing, because, yeah, I will have no idea how to defend against that other than just put full blocks here. Which I could do, I guess. Oh, did I aggro that guy as well? Really? Is it going to be the night I kill all the Endermen by mistake? They hit you and then they try to walk around you, which is really annoying. How's my day so far? It's good. It's good. I got a lot of recording done this morning. I've done one episode. I've started another episode. And, yeah, yesterday we did some weeding in the garden, which was much needed, because our garden was kind of out of control. He's trying to steal my gravel, too. I know, the cheek of it. He's also taking up mob camp that could be used for, zombie villagers, so I'm kind of annoyed at him right now. I tell you what, though, if some mobs spawn around that end crystal, and there's an opportunity for me to destroy them by blowing it up, I totally will. What blocks can an Enderman hold? Basically, any of the blocks that you could punch with your fists from, like, the environment. So, like, grass, dirt, gravel, that kind of thing. In fact, if you don't have Silk Touch, and you have trouble getting Silk Touch, but you need grass for some reason, killing an Enderman that's holding a grass block is actually a really good way of getting a grass block in the early game. Is there a spider in my tree farm? There's a spider in my tree farm. Should keep the end crystal as a trophy of sorts. What I want to do eventually is get one of those end crystals that's like, you push them out of position when the dragon is spawning. I would love that. Bring one of those back to spawn. One of those indestructible ones. Had a couple of Endermen disassemble your house. I'm pretty sure in other versions of the game they can hold different stuff as well, can't they? Back in the day they used to be able to hold more things, but they thought it was too distracting for players to have, like, planks of wood and stuff disappear. Can Enderman pick up an end portal? I don't think so. Why don't I put iron golems in the trading hall? Because iron golems are kind of, I don't know. They're not there. They're not as effective as they deserve to be. Also, they have a tendency to throw mobs up into the air, and if a baby zombie, like, lands in a certain position, then potentially it could cause more harm to the villagers than the golem has prevented. They're unpredictable, basically. Whereas this whole system, like, if a zombie gets in here, it could potentially get on top of here, but then the hitbox that it uses to actually attack isn't able to interact with the villager in any way. Like, there's a reason that zombie, when it came in here, didn't just walk up to one of these villagers and kill it. It's because they can't. Not possible. Do I have fast render enabled in Optifine? Oh, that might be it. That might be it. No, it's off. So, I do have render regions on. But that's not doing anything. Do I watch Truly Bedrock? I've seen bits and pieces of it. Mostly what Zloy does. I don't have a huge amount of time to watch YouTube videos, though. Occasionally I'll watch the odd thing here and there for recreation, but typically if I watch stuff, it's taking away time that I could use to do my own series, so sometimes I decide not to. Doesn't do that flicker on your system, but you have G-Sync. Yeah, that might be it. Yeah, my monitor is not a super fancy one. It's nice, but it's not like top of the line or anything. Hey, Snugdad, how are you? To the Hermitcraft Recap intro. You can hear the Hermitcraft Recap intro if you go to the Hermitcraft Recap YouTube channel, because a new episode should be out today. What if Enderman could pick you up? How many players could an Enderman throw? It's the woodchuck question all over again. Oh, by the way, I can now put those composters back, can't I? That's a thing. Having removed them just in case they were messing with the villagers in my trading hall, I can now put them all back. So just 3 of those, really, but... Crazy teacup, yes. The space mug is here. Boop. 1 there. 1 there. And 1 there. Great. By the way, when I was trading with these villagers before, my world started lagging, and I had no idea why. It's because there was so much XP built up behind them that I wasn't collecting because I was standing directly in front of a villager instead of, like, there. That it actually started to cause massive frame drops. Mostly with these guys. Because these are my legacy farmers, and they trade way more than they ought to. And I was trading full stacks of pumpkins to them and getting, like, 16 emeralds at a time. With Hero of the Village. Oh, I just realized something. I just realized that connected glass is a thing again. Now that we've got Optifine. Oh, I hadn't even spotted that. And then I saw this and I was like, wait, this looks different to me. It's taken me ages to realize that. I used Optifine for the entirety of that last... of basically tomorrow's video. Yeah, I saw Impulse's video the other day where he said he was getting some serious lag in the zombie pigman farms as well. So it's probably a good thing I haven't built that or an Enderman farm yet, because those both produce XP almost faster than the player can collect it, which is a problem when it comes to this, like, lag stuff. I'm going to take down these, by the way. I feel like that's something we can do on this stream while we're waiting for nighttime again, because this stuff has been... Oh gosh, that's not my Silk Touch shovel, so just flint. Never mind. We can trade flint now, it's fine. I don't mind it too much. Perish the thought, right? But, yeah, like, having XP farms collect... having players not be able to collect as much XP as you generate is a problem at this point. Let's put some cobblestone there. There we go. Can keep that closed off. But yeah, this... I've not needed to use this villager breeder for a while. The design itself is obsolete thanks to changes to villager breeding in 1.14. And I want all of this dark prismarine back. What's my favorite block texture and why is it dark prismarine? I think dark prismarine is actually one of the ones that I liked more before the update. But I'm kind of used to it now, so I don't really care all that much. It's still a great texture. But, yeah, I really think it was one of those ones that I wasn't super hot on the new version of right away. Don't I have an overabundance of dark prismarine? Yeah, but I feel like just having it lying around out here is still a waste. I have an overabundance of prismarine in general. But that's a good problem to have, so I don't mind. There we go. Seems really weird having all of this stuff separate now. I have no idea what I'm going to do with these guys. We'll think of something. Villagers don't seem to be gossiping in the trading hall since there are no iron golems spawned in. They need beds and workstations in order to gossip. Not in order to gossip, in order to generate iron golem gossip. They need to have slept and worked within the last 48 hours in-game. And the problem with this trading hall design is that it does not leave room for beds. But that doesn't seem to affect the villagers' mood in the way that we thought it would when 1.14 was in development. People thought that the way Mojang was phrasing it, villagers were going to get annoyed when they hadn't been able to sleep, and then they'd get grouchy and they wouldn't refresh their trades. But I think they've simplified the mechanics since that initial decision, and now if you don't allow villagers access to beds, they will still refresh their trades, as these farmers and stuff have done several times. That guy just became a librarian. Okay, fine. That's a concern. But, yeah, they will still refresh their trades, they just won't generate iron golems. I don't plan to put any villagers within the shopping area because they probably would not become the types of villagers I would want to, and because it requires lighting everything up so meticulously to make sure stuff didn't spawn, and then pillagers would still spawn anyway, and I wouldn't be able to save all of them, and then it would start raids if I killed a patrol captain over here. There's just too many disadvantages at this stage, even if it does mean populating the world and making it feel a little bit more alive. I don't think villagers are the right mobs with which to do that, weirdly. I would much rather have the, you know, the whole town filled up with other stuff. You can make it feel lived in without having to have stuff happening in the streets as well. What project I'm going to work on? Right now, I am working on just tidying some stuff up and waiting for nighttime again so a zombie villager can spawn. And then once we trap a couple of zombie villagers, we're going to head over to the village in the desert to work on prettifying that and making it look nice. When is the new iron farm coming out? I have no idea. I don't know at this point. Because I'm basically waiting for somebody on Hermitcraft or somewhere to build Doc M's iron farm to see if it works in 1.14.2. Ideally, if Doc decides to build it somewhere and says, yes, this works and it's still great, then I will give it a try. But knowing that it is A, viable for survival and not just creative mode, and B, works the way it's supposed to, or the way it did in 1.14 Prime when he designed it. Thank you, mods. Dealing with the spammers. I need to put this turtle shell away, but I have my gearbox, my like backup gearbox is over at the village, so I kind of need to go back and get that at some point. Is that the one with the satellite villages? Yeah, I heard some people, I think Logical Geek Boy said that it didn't work in 1.14.2 pre-releases. I don't know for certain whether that's still the case. When you say you have a better design, do you think it's a better design in terms of output or a better design in terms of efficiency? Because the reason I want to build Doc M's farm is that it doesn't involve cramming like 4,800 villagers into like an iron farm. Like it's not about making something with the highest output. It's about using game mechanics to get the greatest reward for the smallest amount of villagers. so you can build an iron farm that doesn't lag out your entire server when you build it in the spawn chunks. Night number 2 of looking for zombie villager test guy. Yeah, I think those 200 plus villager farms are all very well if you want to get like a stack of iron blocks in an hour or whatever. But I'm not interested in doing a tutorial for one. Because let's face it, like, it's not that interesting and it's easy enough to work out. Like, my village, the actual village I made, could in theory just be turned into an iron golem farm. I'm interested in building smart, not building, like, big. And I think Doc M and Captain Wutax's farm was smart. And I think that should be the standard for iron farms going forward, really, but I'm waiting to see if there are any other developments that just make it better. But I think I'll probably end up doing 2 different videos in the end. I'll do one that's like, this is an iron farm that works, but probably isn't great for multiplayer servers and for, you know, performance in general, and just involves chucking a bunch of villagers in a box with beds and workstations. And then we'll try and do the smart one. Do you need village reset systems for iron farms anymore? Not really, because I don't think the stacking mechanic exists anymore. I don't think you can build stuff like Tango's iron farm and have it work the same way. Village detection radius is different because what actually counts as a village is different now. The game doesn't calculate a village center based on beds and stuff like that for the purposes of spawning iron golems. It all happens around the villages themselves. So I don't think that type of mechanic is really valid anymore. Excuse you? See that zombie over there? The one who's just walking around my trading hall aimlessly? Pretty certain he should not be able to attack any of them. I think he just literally walked off because he couldn't. Which is pretty good. Either that or he despawned, because he might have been too far away from me. Sniper here from YouTube, welcome along. Welcome to Twitch, glad you could make it. We're taking it a little bit easy here, we're waiting for some zombie villagers to show up. If any of them could spawn at any point, that would be great though. I think because I died a couple of times in that episode, it might have lowered the... Oh no, the local difficulty is still pretty high. Because I guess it's not... I didn't die in these chunks, I died over in the desert, so... Yeah, I kind of wonder if... I wondered if that was affecting things, but I don't think it should be. Not sure. Next episode of the tutorial series, the survival guide, is all about defending a village from a raid. It's basic raid defense, basically, is how I put it. Because it's not about, like, turning a village into an impregnable fortress and making it, like, massively efficient and converting a villager outpost into a village as well and having, like, a raid farm or anything. It's just about being able to defend an existing village and a sort of effective strategy for doing that. Oh. Got a zombie over there with a shovel. He's looking like a shark behind the... Look at that guy. Da-da. We could just convert some of the villagers from the breeder into zombies and back again, but that feels kind of brutal and unnecessary. When eventually we'll get a zombie villager spawning overnight here. It's only a matter of time. One never turns up when you want one, and then 3 come along at once. Basic raid defense. Don't stream on Twitch. You will be raided eventually, at some point. Future Twitch goal. Get raided by somebody while a raid is happening. Hi Mitch, glad you like the title. If you want to do a critical hit in this game, just do it from like 7 blocks up. Bring that sword down on the zombie like you mean it. Yes, this is vanilla. This is 100% vanilla. With Optifine, but that's client side, it doesn't add content, it's just for performance and cheaty zoom keys. Did I find a zombie spawner? No. I am looking for naturally spawned zombie villagers. I have found a zombie spawner in the past, if that's what you're asking, but I have not located a zombie spawner on this stream specifically. Not sure if you meant today or, like, ever, because I found one before. There's actually one down by my slime farm, which I was planning on doing more stuff with, but I never really got around to it. I used to think zombie farms were, like, the coolest, and now I don't really bother making them anymore. Because skeleton farms are better in terms of drops and XP. I used to think that the rotten flesh trade was the best thing ever, but that's just because I had so much rotten flesh from other things. From fighting zombies normally. I'm finding zombie villagers because I want to cure one in front of all the villagers in my trading hall and make them like me forever. Because if you... wake up, T-Bone, wake up. If you do that, they spread major positive gossip about you, and that usually means that they will give you major discounts on your trades. Is that cat? Do they really... Ugh. When the music disc farm gives you something that you can just find in dungeons. Blaze farms are still broken. They are, yes. I do really wish they would fix that issue. Want to have a skeleton shoot a spider? Shame that doesn't do anything. Well, I guess we could do some record farming. Have 7 double chests full of rotten flesh. I'm near to having 7 double chests full of that one music disc. Man, they're lining themselves up perfectly, though. Credit where it's due. These creepers know how to get in line. There's another guy. Oh, no, that's a blade of grass. Okay. T-Bone. Skeleton. Whoa, hello. Gave me a fright then. Don't scare me like that when there's a creeper standing in front of me. I had a seizure. Nice. Oh, we got a purple one. That is... Is that Strahd or Mellow High? That's Mellow High. I broke some redstone. I probably did. Just took a wild swing right there. That is our first copy of Mellow High. Oh, it's Maul is the other purple one. I forgot which one was which there. Maul. Where did the redstone go? Oh, there it is. It's in the hole. Sure. Luke L316, follow the tutorial for the general mob farm, the balloon, and after a while it works like a charm. Glad you found that design useful. It's pretty basic, but yeah, we'll probably make some more advanced designs in future that will give you even more stuff. It's all about adding more spawning pads, really. But there's some very efficient farms that you can build using the same principles. In the meantime, we could, like, during the day, we could probably do some trading with these guys. I'm interested to see what some of them have and what I can trade. Because some of these guys are legacy and some of these guys are very much not. I'm a little bit scared of just spending all my emeralds, though. This guy's got loyalty, efficiency, bread and potatoes. Yeah, that guy over there has issues with his profession right now. These guys are legacy. That guy is a wheat trader and could be anything at this stage. Yeah, the flickering is really getting to me at this point. 80 Mun with 85 bits. 85. Thank you so much for the bits. Appreciate the bits. I can just infect a villager to create a zombie villager, then cure it, but I don't want to infect some of my existing villagers because that feels cruel and exploitative and less fun than actually just curing a fresh one. To me, at least. It feels too cheap. My new villagers had tiger skins. I know, because some of them were bred in the mountains. And I believe mountain villagers automatically kind of adopt that skin. I think some of them got the plains villager skin just by virtue of being legacy villagers, but I think maybe some of these guys ended up being new spawns. Because there's a bed in there, and it's probably in close enough proximity to this that they count it as a viable bed, except none of them can pathfind to it, so they can't claim it. Hey, Braindead Cirky with the host. Thank you so much for the hosts. What are the requirements for villagers to reset their trades? They need a workstation, and then they need to think that they can walk, like, a block away from the workstation and back. They need, like, pathfinding around that area. But you can trick them into believing they have that by putting a trapdoor over their heads. Or something along those lines, anyway. Let's farm some carrots and potatoes and stuff. I want to lock down some of these farmer trades while I can. What's a legacy villager? One that I had before... Oh, gosh, here it is. A legacy villager is one that we had before Minecraft 1.14. The raid! The raid! Oh, my goodness. Oh, the people. So many people are here. Hello, people. How are you all? Azumos with a host. Azuma with a raid of 1,000 people. Oh, my goodness me. Welcome along, Raiders. Hello, how are you? Hope you're all having a wonderful weekend. Hope Azuma's stream was good. Saw there was doing some admin-y stuff over on the Hermitcraft server. Doing the important work in these dark and desperate times. Oh, the emotes, I'm overwhelmed. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Good to see you. Azuma sent us. Subscribe to him. Yes, indeed. Welcome along, Raiders. Good to see you. Hello, hello. If you don't know who I am, my name is Pixelriffs. I am one half of the team who does the Hermitcraft recap, but I also stream here on Twitch and have my own YouTube channel where I make a series called the Minecraft Survival Guide. And that is what we are doing here today. We are working on some stuff for future episodes. Right now, I'm just working on just farming a few crops. Got this little nano farm here, which could probably be slightly faster. I don't know. Can we do it that way? Just about. I don't think it's as... Oh, of course, yeah. The game slows down. Ace, thank you for the host. Wow, we got a lot of follows coming in as well. Thank you guys all for those follows. I'm sorry that the follow counter on the top of the screen might not be able to keep up with all of you. I think we can just about get... Yeah, nano farm. Yeah, no, we're getting plenty of potatoes. That's good. So yeah, I'm working up some trades so that I can trade with some villagers over here in my trading hall, which now works in 1.14. Give or take the fact that this guy thinks he's a librarian when he should be a farmer. That kind of stuff. That is a serious raid. It's pretty serious, yeah. I think the situation is very serious. Thank you again, Azuma, for the raid. Apologies for the loud engine noises in the background, I have to have my... Wow, okay, there's like 1,400 people here, apparently. Gosh. Do a tutorial for the trading things? I have. If you go to youtube.com/pixelriffs, you'll find my most recent video on there from Friday. Has that actually stopped now? I think it has. Nope. Okay, we just needed to update that. My most recent video on Friday was how to fix a 1.13 trading hall and make it work in 1.14. Although, full credit to Impulse SV, because I got a lot of the ideas I used from watching his Hermitcraft videos. Swamped with viewers. You've never seen me before. This is my face. Hello. My hair is obviously a mess, but it usually is, so that's par for the course, really. Lots of views for me today, yes. Thank you, thank you. Welcome along, Raiders. Good to have all of you guys here. I hope I join Hermitcraft. I think Hermitcraft has enough people on the server right now. It's been great to see those guys adapting to 1.14, though. Super fun. Yes, have yourself some space tea. Drop a follow if you like what you see. Subscribe if you're feeling generous. And I'm going to see if I can trade some carrots and potatoes with these lovely people. And lock down some of these trades. I need a better source of... Actually, let's go to the mob farm and see if I've got any bones. I can't join Hermitcraft because then I'd have to recap myself. Yeah, that's my excuse. It would be very weird saying, like, and today I did this. Like, no, I can't imagine doing that. That would be really weird. Me and Grian are your favourite YouTubers. Oh, that's so kind of you. Thank you so much. It is an honour and a privilege to be held in such esteemed company. Easy to recap yourself, not so much work. I mean, yes and no. I feel like it would be really funny if we did a recap for anything that I was a part of, and then, like, I forced Zloy to watch my content, you know? That would be my ideal situation for that. It would be, like, make Zloy do it, because I know what I'm doing, but I'm not going to tell him. Is this my full-time job? What, streaming? Not really. YouTube content production and stuff, though, is starting to become my full-time job at this point. I do a lot of it every week. I still have a part-time job where I work for a software company, but, yeah, that's only a part-time gig, and right now YouTube is kind of, you know, without putting too fine a point on it, is kind of making me the majority of my income now. So, while I don't want to assume anything and put all my eggs in one basket, it is getting to the point where I could potentially just do YouTube content production and Twitch streaming, and that could be my livelihood. Making the leap is always a little bit weird, though. It's always kind of... You're never quite sure if it's going to pay off or not. And obviously right now, everything I'm doing is going really well. So I'm okay with the idea, but I don't want to, you know, put all my eggs in that particular basket and have it not work out for me, you know? Thank you, Lady Sax. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun just taking the channel through this most recent journey. Am I playing on a server or single player? This is single player. This is my long-term single player world, which I've had since July of last year when the update Aquatic came out. And so, yeah, this world has been going for a while now. And you can catch the continued adventures of me in this world over at youtube.com/pixelriffs. In the Minecraft Survival Guide. You watch the Zombie Villager healing YouTube video and then Twitch recommends me. Coincidence? It's all an internet conspiracy. I don't play with headphones. No, I play with headphones the rest of the time because I don't want to have, like, audio bleed and stuff happening in my videos. But when I stream, like, especially right now with the weather kind of getting warmer, it's very humid in my office right now. And I have big over-ear headphones. I have Beyerdynamic DT100s, which are, like, super good, but super warm. And I prefer not to wear them on streams because then, like, I just end up sweating on camera, and I don't like that. I'm not about that life. So, yeah, I'm just playing with the speakers on, have the volume turned down kind of low. You'll probably hear bits and pieces of it in the background, but hopefully that's not too distracting for you guys at all. I'm not super keen on some of those trades. Like, the older trades definitely have the numbers game on the newer ones. The newer ones are all, like, 20 and 22, whereas these guys have, like, 15, 17. They're way better. Am I related to Python because I look a little bit like him? Oh my gosh! What? Snagdad with $100 $100, adding a little further argument to go full time YouTube and Twitch. Well, thank you so much for the generous donation. Can we see some hype in the chat for Snagdad, people? Wow. Amazing stuff. Thank you. Alright, that guy's past novice level now. Wow, dude. Thank you so much. What is Space Tea? Space Tea is an in-joke that started on this stream because my mug is the same color as my green screen, so when I hold it up in front of me, it looks like it's kind of a... You can sort of see the reflection there, but aside from that, it just looks like this weird rift in time and space. So that's what Space Tea came from. It kind of started as like a weird joke where everybody would point it out. And I wouldn't use this mug on every stream, but now I make sure it's like washed up and ready to go every time I start stream, because I've only got one of these mugs. I'm slightly worried about it breaking in future. How much do I say fantastic in one day? Not nearly as much as I say in the grand scheme of things, which is my other catchphrase. Man, it's so tempting to blow up an end crystal right next to that creeper. Get a taste of your own medicine. Do I have space cake too? I wish. Although, is that a drug reference? Because I ain't into that. Get away! Get away from my villagers, even though you probably won't blow them up. Jaffa cakes, yeah. I'm all about the Jaffa cakes, not so much the electric flapjack. Everything is a drug reference if you try hard enough, that's true. Slang these days is just an abyss. What speakers am I using when I don't have headphones on? I have a pair of Behringer Truth active monitor speakers. Look them up. They are sort of entry-level studio speakers. I used to be a music production student, so I have a bunch of, like, studio recording gear. Kind of home studio level stuff. Nothing, like, amazing or anything, but it gets the job done. I also have my microphone... Basically, the microphone feed doesn't come back through the speakers, which is how I avoid getting feedback when I have speakers on. If you want to know anything more about my setup, by the way, you can just look it all up on my YouTube channel on the About page. All of my specifications for my PC and my recording setup are listed there. There's also some info down below the Twitch stream if you're watching on browser, but I don't know if any of that stuff is accurate right now. I don't think I've changed it lately. Might need to update that. What am I doing? Right now I'm looking for zombie villagers, which is not proving to be a particularly fruitful search. But I want to capture a zombie villager and bring it back to my villager trading hall so I can look good in front of my new villager friends. Basically. What that means for now is I'm just cycling spawns in this area and trying to find a zombie villager. Easier said than done. They don't seem to be that common right now. Do I play Dauntless? I do not play Dauntless. If you're asking if I play anything and it's not Minecraft, the answer is probably no. I basically play Minecraft, Tetris 99, and occasionally Breath of the Wild. But that's it, really. Yeah, that's right. Ah, get away from T-Bone. I don't want to hit T-Bone. I get worried about my sweep attacks damaging mobs that I actually want to keep around. Please never play Fortnite. Yeah, no danger of that. Shooters like that really aren't my thing anyway, so you don't need to worry about me ditching Minecraft to play other games. I'm all about this game. It's the one game I can happily say I'll probably come back to for the rest of my life. And I know a lot of people probably said that and then have moved on from Minecraft because they got burnt out or whatever, but I don't know. Right now I'm just having a lot of fun playing this game. The new updates especially have been really great content-wise, so honestly makes me excited to see what they've got lined up in future. How can you get the turtle helmet? If you breed turtles, eventually the baby turtles that are born will drop this item called a scoot when they grow up. You just need 5 of those and you can craft it into a helmet. And then the helmet gives you a 10-second water breathing enchantment, like buff, potion effect, whatever you want to call them. It will give you that every time you use it, every time you, like, dive down. Which is really neat, but I don't find myself using it all that much. I really wish Wandering Traders would trade turtle helmets. Like, I get that that kind of removes the interest in turtles, but I feel like Wandering Traders just need to trade cooler stuff in general, really. Awkward Narrator asking about Hytale. I don't know, to be honest. I don't know if I'm going to get into Hytale or not. Because I feel like it is going to be a much different game to Minecraft than people think. Hey Paranor, yeah, Azuma raided us again. Can you tell? Thank you so much to everyone who has stuck around since the raid. I appreciate you guys. I know we're not doing anything particularly exciting right now. Trust me, I have other plans for the stream, and we only got started an hour ago, so hopefully in a short while we should be able to head over to my little village project, and we can do some building and stuff. Building is kind of my jam, but it's something I don't do all that often in my YouTube episodes anymore, because episodes focused on building don't tend to get a huge amount of viewers, and I find that lately I have very little to, like, educate people about when it comes to building. Like, it's all just about block choices and how you build things. I'm more interested in doing tutorials for mechanical stuff than for building stuff lately. Then again, there are rumors floating around. Blaze Junkie with a Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much for using your Twitch Prime sub here. Enjoy your emotes. Welcome to the Pixels. You are 1 in a million. I appreciate the support. Yeah, there are rumors floating around that there may be a fork of Replay mod that is now working in 1.14. And if there is, that potentially means that I could do some of my old build tutorials again that I used to do. My sort of one-chunk builds. But I am hesitant to start that stuff up again, if only because they always took a very long amount of time to make. It wasn't always a great return on my time. But I would love to do some one-chunk, like, villager houses or something like that, so people could make a town. That would be super fun. Why do I have such a beast PC for playing Minecraft? Well, it's a common misconception that Minecraft is not a very taxing game to play. But if you want to record and play Minecraft at 60 FPS, you actually need quite a decent PC in order to do that. But the PC specification is also because being able to, like, render videos takes a lot of processing power, and since I've switched to this PC and I have a better processor and I have a better graphics card, I can render a video in 10 minutes that used to take an hour. So really it's just about having a more efficient workflow and using my time better, because otherwise I could end up, you know, not being able to use my computer for 50 minutes that I could be spending doing something else, like recording or uploading a video. Having my computer get entirely locked up by the process of rendering a video is not super fun. I also wanted to future-proof this computer in case I wanted to end up playing some games which were a little bit more graphically intensive. Like, all I play right now is Minecraft. I'm not going to say that's the only thing I will ever play. It's probably going to be my main game for the foreseeable future, but I'm not counting out other games that might be a little bit more graphically intensive and interesting, so. It's also really nice to be able to have shaders at 60 FPS, which is not something that I could do on my old PC. Yeah, that's another copy of Mole. Got 2 of them now. Can't believe that was the first mellow high disc we got, though. Can I have my fireworks back? Thank you. Do I have a favorite biome, and what biomes would I add if I could? My favorite biome is probably Mushroom Island, weirdly enough. I feel like they've just got so much cool stuff you can do with them. And if I could add a biome, I would want to add a kind of cherry blossom forest biome, kind of like the ones that they have in Biome Bundle. I just find those biomes really nice, and I would love to have a tree with those kind of... Like a pink variant on leaves. I feel like that would be really nice. Especially for Japanese-inspired builds, that would just be ideal. My favorite mobs and blocks and stuff like that vary from day to day. Like, if you ask me now what my favorite mob or block is, it's probably something completely different to what it used to be. What was the skeleton in the box that shot the creeper? Yeah, that's my record farm. I've got an episode about that. I think it's episode 64. It's quite a memorable number, being Minecraft. But, yeah, episode 64 of the Minecraft Survival Guide, we built that record farm. And it's super fun. You just lure a creeper into one box. The skeleton comes out of the other box and shoots it. You get records. It's fun. Perrin will drop the link in the chat if anyone's interested, but you can see it in action here if you want to. It's pretty simple. Like, all you got to do is put a piston facing down in there with a glass block attached to it, and I don't know if you'd need the blocks on top anymore, but pistons used to be transparent, so the skeleton could still burn if it had a piston and a glass block on top of it. But I have a lever on this side with the redstone, and then this is just a pressure plate with a redstone dot underneath it and 4 more sticky pistons. You don't even need the blocks here. If you just put the sticky pistons at ground level, they push the piston heads up around the creeper, and once it steps inside here, it can't move. So then you just open up that glass block in front of the skeleton and stand behind the creeper, basically far enough away that you're not going to get blown up, and the skeleton shoots at you and ends up shooting the creeper by accident. Yes, Darkleys, we got raided by Azuma. Now you're trapped. Oh, yes. Unfortunately, the creeper does not have a pickaxe and is not smart enough to explode its way out of the trap, so... Why do I have the stuff on the bottom right? Those are subtitles, and they're there so that people who are deaf or hard of hearing can better understand what's going on. It also really helps when you're caving, because you can find out what direction noises are coming from when they seem to be coming from anywhere. And I find that really useful when locating caves if I need to go caving. But it's mostly for accessibility. What are records for other than the music box thing? Decoration. But I'm pretty sure each record outputs a different comparator signal when played in a jukebox now, so you could actually use it for a secret entrance if you wanted to. There are uses for that stuff that don't appear, like, as obvious at first glance, but if you want to, like, make a secret base entrance, there's a lot of different options like that. Am I British? Yes. Yes, I am. Very perceptive of you. Do I like coffee? I do like coffee. I don't drink it very often, but I like it. I'm not a coffee enthusiast like some people are, but I don't dislike coffee. I just don't drink it very often because I find that a lot of it makes me too tense. It's not necessarily like a caffeine problem, but I think it might be related. And so tea is a lot more relaxing for me to drink. I typically only drink coffee if it's a social thing, and I know I'm having a very relaxing day, because otherwise I find that it stresses me out too much. But I'll go out and I'll drink coffee at, like, coffee shops and stuff, because it's always nice to be out of the house in a different environment and everything. Did I just trade away all my carrots? What an idiot. Let me go find another carrot. Heard there was just as much caffeine in tea as coffee. Depends, and I don't think that's always the case. I also drink a different variety of tea, so I'm not always drinking, like, caffeinated tea. Sometimes I'll drink fruit tea with this, like, hibiscus and that kind of stuff. I'll drink. Right now I'm drinking Lapsang Souchong, which is a black tea and does have caffeine in it, but, yeah, there's a whole variety of things that you can drink that don't have caffeine in them naturally. I am going to use my blast furnace just to smelt those. Not an efficient use of the fuel, but hey, whatever. Do I have anything else I can throw in there? I guess I'll put these in. I could throw the diamond boots in there, get a diamond nugget back. Do I like jasmine tea? The one jasmine tea I have ever had in my life was very old. So my wife has a friend who went to Japan for a while and sent us basically like a little gift box of snacks and Japanese candy and fun stuff. And she also included some jasmine tea. But we didn't have a teapot at the time that could have loose leaf tea in it, so we never made it. And then several years later, when we moved out of the house, we found it again. And by that time, we had a loose leaf tea pot. And so I tried making it, and it was awful because it was just so old. Even though it was in like a sealed foil packet and stuff, it was just like, oh, no. I regretted that instantly. Do I currently reside in Europe? I mean, is the UK still part of Europe? You tell me. I would like it to be, but who knows? But yes, technically, continentally, I am part of Europe. Alright, Zloy, what's up? Oh, I got Discord open, I can see you DMing me. Yes, 100%. Definitely. No, I like that, Zloy, I like that. Good work. Pretty, like, it's weirdly clean, that one. For some reason. I don't know, something about it seems cleaner. Have you've outlined the font that says week 45 as well, and I think previously it didn't have the outline. The outline makes it look really nice. I like that. Sorry, we're having Hermitcraft recap discussions. Yeah, weirdly clean is not how most people would describe this, but I don't know, it looks crisp to me right now. Captures this week rather well. It does. It really does. Also, like, the jokes we have made about Doc M looking like Oscar the Grouch are entirely justified at this point. Tale of the Sun with a 2-month resub. Thank you so much for your second month of Twitch Prime support. Can we see some sub hype in the chat, please? 26 potatoes, 6 pumpkins, though. I swear, the carrot and potato trade is just, like, it's really different from one version to the other. And immediately they have better trades for pumpkins and stuff. It's almost like they don't want us to trade the old crops anymore. People will tell you the old crops are the best. Doc M looking like Oscar the Grouch. Specifically when he's in the... He's got this base that he's built underneath a composter. Like, he jumps into a composter and holds up a carrot, and then this switch triggers a... this rabbit underground triggers a switch that will move stuff, and that drops him through the floor, through this composter into his secret base, but it relies on him getting into a composter first, which makes it look like he's just thrown himself in a bin, which I find really funny. Poor Doc M, now he lost the... He lost the Hermitcraft Civil War, now he's getting made fun of. I don't think anybody lost the Hermitcraft Civil War, and we make fun of everybody, so I think it's not as bad as it sounds. Hermitcraft Recap has an equal opportunities policy. We take every opportunity to make equal fun of everyone. Has a very Harry Potter vibe to it. Yeah, like, we were trying to work out how we could get some kind of Ministry of Magic reference in there, but it always felt a little bit forced. The end crystal is there because I was doing a thumbnail. It's not a special thing. Can we see any zombie villagers down here in the forest? Can see some zombies, but not some zombie villagers. See you later, Snug Dad. Thank you for being here. Thank you once again for the generous donation. Hope to see you again soon. Freaking invisible spiders. I watched Thor Ragnarok again the other day. It's a good film. It's a very good film. Also, if you've never turned on the audio description track on a Disney movie, do it. Next time you load up any of those Marvel superhero movies, turn on audio description. Same with, like, Pirates of the Caribbean has a good one. Like, it basically turns you watching this DVD into... It's like a radio play. You don't even have to watch it. You can just listen to them describe what happens. And the descriptions aren't always as complicated as you'd expect. But the one for Doctor Strange was so funny when they're trying to describe all of the psychedelic stuff that happens in that film. It's really funny. But yeah, audio description tracks are like... It's like the new DVD commentary in terms of, like, chucking it on in the background. Some of the descriptions of things really make me laugh. And the way they emphasize certain words... Pirates of the Caribbean's audio description is fantastic. Yeah, the one for... what's the second Pirates of the Caribbean? The one after Black Pearl. Dead Man's Chest? Or was that the third one? I can't remember. I can't keep them straight in my head anymore. There's like 5 of the things, and most of them are bad. But the one where the Kraken is first introduced, that's the second movie. I forget what it was called. But when... Will Turner boards Davy Jones's ship for the first time. Oh no, he boards the ship that's sinking and he meets Davy Jones for the first time. But there's this sailor who's basically had his face, like, horribly distorted by the Kraken's tentacle. And there's, like, a bit in the audio description track where this woman goes, like, the man's heavily distorted face looks like a blancmange. And I'm like, that woman just said blancmange in the most brilliant, like, BBC radio accent, and it's just hilarious. The man's face looks like a blancmange. More at 11. Dead Man's Chest was the second one. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the clarification in the chat. But yeah, it was just the... Alright, skeleton fight. Moving on from that. Zombies getting in the mix as well. Yeah, it's just the funniest thing somehow. Like, the narration they do is always really, really on point. Alright, I need to eat something. two pirates, 2 Caribbeaners. Still no zombie villagers. Are they just not spawning right now? Have I seen Endgame? I have. I was actually on a podcast talking about Endgame quite recently. If you guys are interested in hearing my opinions on the film, you can go to thecitadelcafe.com or search for The Citadel Cafe on your favourite podcast app. It's another podcast that my buddy Joel does, the guy who does the Spawn Chunks with me. But, yeah, a little bit of strong language in that podcast, so be aware if you're a young'un, or it's going to get you in trouble. But, yeah, it's super fun to go on the Sizzler Cafe and talk about the geeky stuff that we're into, as Joel likes to say. And it was good to have a good old chat about Endgame, because I had some opinions. But in the context of that movie, going back and watching Thor Ragnarok, I have a new appreciation for Thor Ragnarok. Hello, Nintendo Jock. Seriously, when am I going to get a zombie villager spawn? All the mobs around here are just the basic ones. Phantoms notwithstanding. They're also dropping really annoying stuff. Let's at least trap another creeper. Gonna trap a creeper in the creeper trapper. Using your trapper keeper. Haha! Couldn't eat any villagers, so you came to me. You came to me and you spawned 7 more zombies. The name of Joel's podcast is The Citadel Cafe. If anybody wants to, mods want to drop a link in the chat, go right ahead. 0GTV or 0GVTY. Oh, there we go. Zero gravity, I'm going to guess. GVTV. Tomorrow's episode is about the village that we originally did a raid in, where I lost the raid. I go back and I try the raid again, and at this time I take pains to actually defend the village. I build like a big wall around it and a moat and stuff. We're actually going to go over there later in this stream and do a bit more redecorating. Do I listen to indie music at all? I listen to a variety of stuff. Lately, it sort of depends. If I've like heard something that's really got my interest, then I'm one of those people who a lot of the time I don't listen to like long playlists of different stuff. I will listen to a full album or a full curated playlist of like a specific genre of music. But I don't tend to just stick on Spotify Discover Weekly or whatever and jam out to that. But I have a few things that I go back to every now and again. Who have I been listening to lately? Jens Lekman, somebody I kind of discovered recently through a different podcast. There's a podcast where there's 5 guys watch Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 every year and review it. And they do this every American Thanksgiving. But one year they used this Jens Lekman song called You Are the Light for their intro music, and I loved that song. I thought it was really good. So I've been listening to some of his other stuff, and so far I haven't found anything that's as good as You Are the Light, but I really like that one song, so it's kind of making up for the rest of his stuff not quite clicking with me yet. Go on, let's get another music disc while we're here. My favourite Minecraft song is probably Haunt Muskie, although some of the newer stuff with the stuff that was added in the update Aquatic when you go into ocean biomes also sounds really great, but I don't have that downloaded, so. Is this classic survival mode? I don't know about classic, this is survival mode. No data packs, no mods, aside from Optifine. It's vanilla survival. Do I like the Lonely Island? I think they're good, yeah. I'm not as into like comedy music as I used to be, and I know they're quite like musically interesting anyway. Is this like my 12th cat disc? We'll put that in the cat cafe maybe. Did that just disappear? Or... Oh, it went in the hopper because it didn't go in the chest. Right, I got you. Let's put that in the cat cafe. I think having a jukebox in there would actually make a lot of sense. Cat cafe is such a fun build. I feel like you could do so much better than the one I did as well. It was kind of a thrown together kind of build, but yeah, it's like, absolutely, why not? Where's Jelly? There's Jelly! Oh, looking out the rain. So cute. Alright, let's put that in there. We'll probably put a jukebox in here somewhere. Liven all you old stiffs up a bit. You can name tag stray cats so they don't despawn, then just fence them in? I guess so. Cat cafe, but it's a cafe for cats, so it's only 1 block high. I like it. I've been looking for some kind of theme to do for a 1 block high base because of the crawling mechanic being a new thing. What I was thinking was doing like the opposite of the dwarf city everybody does, because everyone's idea of a dwarf city is like Moria, where, you know, the dwarves don't need that amount of headroom in my opinion. So I like the idea of like doing like, it doesn't have to be dwarves, it can be gnomes or something like that, like a little rabbit hole style thing that actually turns into a more complicated base. But yeah, Gnome City. Having like mushrooms growing in there and stuff. Could be a fun fantasy build. Height compensation. Yeah, exactly. They're like, look, we have scaffolding. This rebel over here. Loyalty book now. Gnome City populated with baby zombie villagers, just in minecarts. You Are the Light is the song. It's by Jens Lekman. Jens, like Jens Bergensten, and Lekman is Lekman, kind of as it sounds. Hey Destructive, today we are working with some villagers. I'm trying to find myself a zombie villager, but I'm not doing anything more than just like flying around and hoping one spawns, so not exactly pursuing that to the best of my ability, but we're just chilling here today. Gonna do some building work later. I've got the meme lords in the chat talking about gnomes now. Is there a more effective way to find zombie villagers? Not really on Java. And some people suggested that I turn some of these villagers into zombie villagers, but I kind of don't want to do that. Yeah, Kremit, that's the one. Getting close to running out of bone meal in some of these. For some reason, the third dispenser doesn't fire nearly as much. Probably an in-game reason for that. See, this is one of these is the guy who trades me pumpkins forever. I think it's this guy. I actually lagged out my world with how much XP was building up behind these barriers. Glad you like the area. This isn't really like an area that I've spent much time in how stuff looks. Aside from the storage building and the sugarcane farm. I guess those are kind of cool. But like, yeah, everything else is a lot better looking. This is just functional for the most part. For some reason, I'm saving all these poisonous potatoes. Goodness knows why. New XP farm. I mean, it basically is. Phantom membrane in there as well. 100 bits from Icy Black Boy. Thank you so much. Gotta go. Thanks for being an amazing content creator. Hey, you are welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate the bits. You have yourself a good day. This is the first time you woke up early enough for one of my streams. Well, welcome to the waking world. Good morning. And thank you for showing up. I appreciate you. Ascot 4680 with a Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much for using your Twitch Prime sub here. Enjoy your emotes. Welcome to the Pixels. You are 1 in a million. I appreciate the support. Does the poisonous potato bring me joy? It brings me nothing but sorrow, but for some reason I keep them around. Eventually I will make some kind of weird like aquarium style thing and have poisonous potatoes just like floating around in it and call them water bears or something. They're tardigrades. Marie Kondo would not approve of most of the stuff I do here, so it's fine. Emerald ore brings me joy. This is true. This is very true. Ow. I was trying to swoop over there gracefully and I missed. When I had Hero of the Village, I came back here after doing a raid and had Hero of the Village. These guys were trading me 5 pumpkins for an emerald. And now it's back to 8. And that guy over there has 6. But I think we can get it down to 1. That's the ideal. Is it this one? Yeah, this guy with the 6 emerald trade. Legend. MVP right there. Now he's trading melons. 4 melons. That can definitely go down to 1. If you move 1 cleric to your zombie spawner with a bed and a brewing stand, will he renew trades? Yeah, should do. He doesn't even need the bed. He just needs to get to the brewing stand. You'll need to give him at least 1 space around him, or at least like make him think that he can pathfind to and from the brewing stand. But yeah, you can get some pretty good rotten flesh trades that way. They don't need a bed to refresh their trades. Do I use Reddit? I do. I go on the Minecraft Reddit a lot of the time. Did someone raid me? I answered that earlier. Azuma raided me. Journeyman farmer now. No idea what time of day it is. I need to start carrying around a clock. I have noticed a bunch of people saying, like, this is the first time I've really used a clock in Minecraft for anything, like, long term. Okay, now he's got 2 suspicious stews. I need to do an experiment with these, because if we buy the first one, what does that give us? Okay, that is speed for 7 seconds. And if we buy the second one, I need to find out if these are always the same effect or if the effect is randomized. Because I presume they're the same always, right? It doesn't randomize the effect when you buy it from him. It randomizes the effect when it's deciding what trades to give him. Because if there's one that can give us a longer duration of saturation, then that's very useful. Am I going to release a copy of this world? Eventually, yes. I haven't set a time, a date, an episode number, or anything for that. I'm just taking it as it goes. And I want to release something that feels finished, and none of this is finished. Just going to try and destroy a little bit of my health here so that I can... Boop. Get some hunger. There we go. That'll do it. So then I can find out what the second stew is. This one's going to be poison. Oh, weakness. Okay. So, we probably need a sign there. Thank you for the XP. Going to put a sign up saying the first one is speed and the second one is weakness. Dang it with the phantoms. Don't need you guys right now. Signs, that's what I'm after. The Phantom Menace. I know, I know. These fools. I'm not even ready to do the advancement yet. Just casually drift over there. Gotta be super careful that they don't bait me into hitting some of these villagers. Any more for any more? I think that's all of them. The noise is unsettling. It is. Especially at loud volumes. Anyway, back up here to what I was doing. So this guy... That one was speed. Second one is weakness. Cool. Now we know what those are. I will just buy a third one to check that the speed effect is consistent, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. Yep, it is. Okay, great. Thanks, man. Don't really need any of those, but it's cool to know that the effect is consistent. According to the wiki, the suspicious stews that the farmers trade... Look at that. It's a spider jockey wearing gold pants. The suspicious stews that the farmers trade can be longer effect durations than the craftable ones. If I've understood it right. Yes, there we go. We got one. Finally. Oh, I've been doing this for so long. Now let's see if we need to waste a name tag or if he will pick some stuff up. My dude. Did I put away those building blocks? I did as well. We're going to have to surround him in pumpkins instead. The headband reminds me of something. I'm trying to think what it is. It's like Ryu from Street Fighter. Let's put him over here first. Hi. Hi there. Friendo. Problem is he gets distracted by the other villagers. Hey. Hey there. Hi. You wanna come and stand in this? Maybe? Come on, you. You cheeky little villager. Oh, good, it's not night... Well, it's still nighttime, it's not raining anymore. Surprise, surprise. British guy doesn't like when it rains. Put him in the creeper trap. That's kind of not the idea here. Get in the thing. I think the amount of villagers around here is shifting his focus constantly. I think that might be the deal. Like, anytime he's like, oh, I can't get to that guy up there, he's going towards one of the villagers instead. I have to make this a little bit larger. Come on, my friend. Come over this way. Go in here. Go on. Yes. No. Okay, we got him to come in here. I just need to make sure I'm focused on the block instead of looking at him. Put him in a boat. Yeah, I will in a second if this doesn't work out, which it didn't. I just didn't have a boat on me. Ow. Don't hit. Stop doing a hit. Oh, no. It's grand time for you to show up. I just don't want to get too far away from him because then he might despawn. Should probably have name tagged him first, but hey. No. Okay, he's still there. Good. You! Go there! Alright. Did it the easy way. KO99 with 100 bits. Thank you so much for the bits. Appreciate ya. Alright, now, okay, moon isn't too high. Now we create for him a pumpkin tent. Enjoy your little sunshade there, my friend. Alright, what's this guy got? Nautilus shells, again! Wonderful. That's a trade I will always take them up on. Glitched Steve with the host. Thank you for the host. Enjoy pumpkin jail. I am going to have to name tag him, aren't I? Otherwise he'll despawn from that boat. You, get back. And your friend in the tunnel. Don't think I don't see you, because I see you. Zombie test guy. There we go. No despawning for you. Hey, Shane. Yeah, we got raided by Azuma earlier. Strelitsian is here as well. Welcome along. Great to see you. And Arc Alpha Wolf with 20 bits. Thank you so much for the bits. Anyone who hasn't seen Strelitsian's amazing art of the Cat Cafe episode should go and follow them on Twitter post-haste, because that was super cool. I loved it. Mr. Chance at Mr. Miyagi. Maybe next time. Pretty accurate with the bow. I'm alright. I'm not the best. Vexes still give me trouble. Which is a problem. Okay, so now we have that guy. Oh yeah, I was going to trade a few more pumpkins, get a few more emeralds, and then I guess I'll trade with this guy. This guy never locks up his pumpkin trade. It takes him ages, which is so good. I need to get some more Nautilus shells from the trader, who is just going crazy over here. There he is. His invisibility potion wears off briefly so I can see him. 20 bits from Lord Selif. Thank you so much for the bits. Hope you're having a good one. Why am I using pumpkins? They're actually a really good crop trade. You only need to... you can set up an automatic farm for them relatively quickly. You only need like 6 to 8 pumpkins for a good trade. Whereas you need like 15 carrots, 16 carrots, 20 or so if you've got the new traders. Obviously you can manipulate the prices, but that's what the episode I'm building up to is about, so I can't really do any of that stuff yet, otherwise I miss the opportunity to demonstrate it in an episode. Okay, good. So now we have all of our preparations made for the next deal. A good pumpkin trade is 1 to 2 per emerald. Yeah, but they don't start out with that as a starting price. Like, ultimately, it's the basic price, and then if you get a discount on it, then that's when it becomes real good. But, I mean, you can get anything down to 1 item per emerald, really. You just have to have the right conditions. The point is, I'm going to do an episode about how to make those conditions happen. And so that's why I'm not curing the zombie villager right now. These guys will only trade you a maximum of 5 things, and that frustrates me. Forest Chapel with a Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Enjoy your emotes. Welcome to the Pixels. You are 1 in a million. Thank you very much for the support on today's stream. Let's get some sub hype going in the chat. So I think I should now have enough Nautilus shells to make 2 more conduits, I think. Icy! 34 bits today. Thank you so much for the bits. Yeah, there we go. Got 17. So that's 16 for two conduits. Which I might as well make now, because why not? Good to have these things. Okay, now we can actually get on with what I wanted to do for this episode. Aside from, I thought this stream. But I thought capturing that zombie villager was going to take a little bit of a shorter time than it has. So sorry if that was a little tedious for you guys, but I have some more pumpkins in here. I am going to go over to the desert village, and we're going to do some building over there, because I think we might as well. Let's put these bones in here. Turn the bone meal into a white dye, I guess, and make sure we've got some of that present. Yeah, I need to go and reclaim my backup gear shulker box for a start. But I've got some other stuff I want to do over there too. Is this really just vanilla? I mean, it's vanilla with Optifine, which is just here to provide performance boost and cheaty zoom. There's no content mods in it. There's no data packs in it. I have one resource pack that lowers the shield. That's it. But yeah, vanilla has a bunch of new features now, which a lot of people equate to being like modded Minecraft features, because in some cases there just hasn't been anything like this in Minecraft before. And the textures look a little different, I imagine, if people aren't used to the new textures yet. Netherrack looks a lot less staticky. This is what Netherrack looks like now. Still gross. Still gross. Also, Optifine does this fun thing where if you stand perfectly still after loading a new dimension or, like, logging into a world, everything loads like it's that kind of blue void thing, and the instant you move, like basically what happened just then, it actually renders stuff, but it's very confusing at first. By the way, this village was here before the update, so this one never got updated, and I'm quite happy about that, because it's nice to have a couple of legacy villages around the world. The villagers themselves have updated, but they are all unemployed, and they're all plains villagers, which is very strange. Also, this tree, no idea what happened there. Possibly on the edge of, like, a region boundary? Like, yeah, that's a chunk that must have been, like, the boundary of a region. And so there was a tree that generated here, and then I reset all of the terrain beyond this point, and that tree, all of the leaves haven't been tagged with their... Yeah, they're not persistent leaves. I haven't placed them there. That's really funny to me. Like, the new terrain generation just didn't put that tree back. Like ethos testificates. You leave ethos testificates out of this. I'm sure those are private. Can you post a big squid if you want the mods to time you out? Do I have a cape? No. I did not attend any of the Minecons where capes were a thing. And since then they have not been giving them out. So, this is the village that has survived another raid. And you can tell that because I've got this, and you'll also be able to see it in tomorrow's episode. So I'm going to do a little bit of remodeling of this place because I like the idea of making it into an Adobe village. Also, my backup gearbox is here, so I want to put in the conduits, which we may as well put next to this beacon. I want to put the turtle shell helmet away in there as well, and we'll probably put the trident in there for now. And that can go back in the ender chest where it belongs, because I've been missing that thing when I was over at my base. I was like, oh, I need to put these things away, and I can't. So, get some name tags in there. I know those were supposed to be for the cats, but we'll deal with that later. Let's combine some of these crossbows. Ba, ba, ba. Oh. Oh, my eye is stinging for some reason. You can still get the Optifine capes, yeah, but you have to donate for those. You have to... you know, support Optifine, which is cool. Support people. By all means, do that. But, yeah, I have not done so. Not out of any kind of, like, you know, objection to it. I just haven't. So I've been growing oak wood over here. I probably have some of it. Yeah, here in the chest. And we're going to do some fairly basic looking houses out here. Standard village dwellings, nothing that's going to confuse them too badly. Fingers crossed. The trader followed me. The trader was here before. When he was here before, I couldn't look him in the eye. 114.2 Optifine is out for in a pre-release version. It's I have pre-release 6, but I think pre-release 7 is supposed to be out. But yeah, pre-6. F1 pre-6. You can't see that because I'm in the way. Sorry about that. I'm so inconvenient. But yeah, what I want to do is move all of these beds out of the open and into actual houses that people can use. And I want to continue this sort of style that they have, but take my own spin on it, I suppose. And I'm trying to work out where I want to build those, because I still want this to be the village center. That's where the bell is. It's sort of the rough center of this walled perimeter that I've made. Did villager pathfinding get fixed? I mean, it's still kind of wonky, but they do what they are supposed to do. So I guess that means yes. Just become a Mojang employee to have a cape. Get something accepted by the Minecraft marketplace, even. Like, there are definitely ways of doing that. That's what they give out capes for now, is stuff like being a marketplace partner. I'm going to keep these houses fairly basic, like I said, because villagers are easily confused. No capes! Is there a block called Adobe? No, it's just terracotta. I'm using terracotta and sandstone, which are, as I mentioned earlier in the stream, they're already present in these village structures anyway, so it really doesn't look that out of place. But I want to add a few details of my own here and there. We'll put in some wooden beams and stuff like that. Do 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 do. I like the idea of a lot of this stuff being custom built, but still having that village feel. Can we take out... It looks kind of weird. Looks like a screaming face. Wonder if we want to put in more oak wood stuff like that. Doesn't quite look right. Maybe with stripped oak, though. That's getting there. That's getting there. We tested different forms of villager houses that are easier to pathfind. A lot of the time, it's actually about what blocks they're walking on. If you go to the Minecraft wiki now, they have a fantastic list of, like, the blocks villagers will prioritize for pathfinding, and smooth sandstone and grass path are the ones that you need to incorporate into village designs for them to basically prioritize walking on those blocks. Like, each block basically has a value now that defines whether or not the villagers will choose to walk over it, which is a neat way of doing things, and hopefully pretty adaptable to people's village designs. There we go. Thought we just weren't going to get slabs there for a second. Yeah, let's actually use the stripped logs everywhere here. Let's make it exclusively stripped oak. That'll work pretty well. Which wiki article is that? I think it's just the one about villagers now. Can probably make the outsides basic but more interesting. Just add a couple of little extra details here and there. Need to get used to making stairs using the stone cutter, but these will do for now. I also forget sandstone breaks that easily. Just destroy this entire section of the house, why not? Yes, I will light the roofs. I will light the roofs, don't worry. Let's put fences in there instead of glass panes. Thinking about building a PC, do I have any tips? Sadly, no. I'm not really a PC builder type of guy. That's kind of cool. I do sort of wish that the stairs would connect to that in a way, but could look kind of interesting this way. Let us make doors. I think I just walked off a cliff. Add fences up there. Could lend a little depth to it, couldn't it? I think I want to do some stuff with oak trapdoors, though. Get the basic shapes down, at least. Need to get the scaffolding box back out. But if we want to do something like this, instead of fences, the trick to making this look player created is to do stuff that Mojang hasn't. What do we think? Or maybe fences in the middle and then these on the outside somewhere. Maybe not there. Looks kind of odd. Maybe one block down. Okay, those are just going to stay up there. Something like this, maybe. Like I said, basic houses, but some stuff that the villagers themselves can understand. Do I speak any languages other than English? No. Not really. I know, like, occasional words in other things. Getting my YouTube videos captioned in other languages would be cool, but I don't have the money to pay anybody to do it. And, opening stuff up to viewer-submitted captions makes sense in a way, but I also feel like it has potential for vandalism that I don't really want to happen. So I'm a little bit wary about that stuff. Maybe slightly cynical. Villagers don't appreciate true architecture. The problem with it, I think, is just having all of the detail happen above ground level, because anything at ground level is just going to mess with their pathfinding. We also have a variety of sandstone blocks we could work into these designs that I have not added in here. But I think maybe it looks... Does it look a little bit too busy having that stuff on the sides, or is that okay? Do the window on here like I did before. Oh, wow, we got another raid coming in, folks. Let's see some hype in the chat for the raids. Gibbet Gaming with a party of 28. Thank you so much for the raid, my friend. Come on in, raiders. Pull up a chair. Have yourself a cup of space tea. Hey, there we go, folks. Hello, hello. Welcome along. Anyone who's new here, my name is Pixel Riffs. Oh gosh, there's a insect flying at me in my room. My name is Pixel Riffs and I'm scared of bugs. Welcome to my stream. How's your stream, Gibbet? Hope everything is going well for you. What were you up to today? Yeah, I think I'm cool with that. I think I'm cool with that being on two sides, but not necessarily on this side, keeping it a little different. And we can move some of the beds in here. If we actually have room for them, which we don't. Let's throw these melon slices out for a second. They're not bugs, they're features. They're features of my stream right now. Scaring me. Might look better with some birch, like some birch planks in it. I don't really like the birch planks. I mean, they're better now. I also don't have any birch saplings on me, so I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. I like the stripped logs. I think the stripped logs are looking good. Could potentially put some sandstone walls around here as well, because once again, they use those naturally in the village. Such a harsh sound effect. Sticks. Get out of here. Need to put some of this stuff away. I don't think we'll need as much terracotta right now. And do we want to do torches? Do we want to do lanterns? I think lanterns might be nice inside, but maybe not outside. Having some more of that white glazed terracotta might be a good shout, actually. Which I really wish you could make in a blast furnace, by the way. But if we have... Do we have any bones? I don't even have any bones. Have you ever seen a bear with a magenta nose? Yeah, that's why you, when you make stuff with a stone cutter, you make it with a bunch of blocks at a time. What am I doing? You make a bunch of blocks at a time instead of doing them one at a time, because otherwise it's just going to be too horrible sounding. It's weird that you can make chiseled sandstone and cut sandstone in the stone cutter, but you can't make smooth sandstone. Really weird to me. I get why, but also weird. The main thing that's going to set these village houses apart is changes in elevation. Because a lot of the time they're going to be built in a fairly similar style. But you want them built kind of up here and down there, and the problem is villagers don't really like changes in elevation all that much. But we're going to have to do stuff like that, I guess. So what I want to do is have another one of these houses, but have it be like down here. kind of thing. It'd make more sense if you could blast furnace. It'd make more sense if you could blast furnace anything other than just ore blocks. See you later, Skull Daisy. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. I think the trick is to not have the houses be like on top of each other. To have them be separate, like, laterally. Nobody's using this house yet, so it's mine. Have them be separate, like, on a horizontal axis, but not on a vertical axis. Did I begin the revenge yet? I've got my revenge. I have got my revenge. The survival guide episode tomorrow on my YouTube channel will show you that revenge in greater detail. How much longer am I streaming for? Probably another 2 hours, maybe? Probably going to stop around 7 PM. Which I know probably doesn't mean anything to you guys. You're all from all over the place, but yeah, I'm probably going to wrap up in about 2 hours' time. I like the idea that if I build a house here, technically they have a pool. I did not build this with the intention of you having a meeting here. Get out. Where are all the villagers? They're down the pit. They're in the mines. Bum, bum, bum. Wants to be a ballerina. Sadly, that's not a profession in this world. This is going to confuse them. What part of the UK do I live? East Sussex. I am near Brighton. Hey, we got another little one. Probably because I moved that bed and they thought, oh, there's more spaces for babies. Which may or may not be true, I suppose. There we go. Not sure what we're going to do with this space, but hey. My point is not to block that window. And I think I've succeeded, somehow. First streamer you watch that actually has a similar time zone to you. Hey, there's a lot of us out there. People streaming from all over the world who you will probably find if you stick around. What am I doing today? Ignoring people who shout at me. If you can't tell what I'm doing from what I'm doing, then I don't know what to tell you. It's 1717. Correct. It certainly is. Yeah. Somebody reminded me I need to light these roofs up, so a single torch will do for now. And we'll need more of these. You cannot make slabs out of sand, unfortunately. Can make them out of smooth sandstone, though. Sephora with 100 bits. Thank you for the 100 bits. You're going to a reptile show soon, but still wanted to drop by. How is everyone today? I'm doing very well, thank you for asking. What kind of reptiles are you looking forward to seeing? Are you a reptile enthusiast yourself, or just browsing? Maybe in the market for one. Going good. Yeah. Yeah. You alright? It's the wife. Apparently the foxes are lounging in the backyard. Yakulfits, good night. Sleep well. Sandstone is a really good building material. I never used to like building with sandstone, but then I had a bit of a renaissance with it, and it's really good, guys. Don't sleep on sandstone. If you're looking for a new material to build stuff with, give it a try. Going to a chalk art festival and it might rain. Oh! We're going to have to move it indoors. Can you mark banners on maps in Bedrock? I don't think you can. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think you can. I really wish I had some bone meal with me. I feel like bone meal should be one of those things that's just in a chest in my inventory, but I don't think I have any. Got redstone dust and stuff, ink sacks. No bone meal. Go and find some skeletons to beat up. But yeah, I really want to have floors made out of probably the regular terracotta, but then this white glazed terracotta as well. I think that really suits what I want to do. They're all like, where's the hole that we were in? Sorry lads, I've moved it. I've moved it on. Sandstone looks great outside of the desert. It looks pretty good in the desert too, but I agree it's kind of blending in with its surroundings right now. Oh, there's a cat. Do I have any fish? I do not have any fish. They did repopulate, yes. Yes, we have a bit more of a village than we used to. I tell you what, I could use the composter to make some bone meal if I have enough compostable resources, which I do. I've been farming some stuff around here. It seems really silly to do it this way, but I will be able to get 8 blocks of white glazed terracotta out of 1 piece of bone meal, so it's worth it, really. They want a bunker. Yeah, I mean, considering that this is the village that's basically been earmarked for raids in future, I can appreciate them wanting a bunker. I can give them a bunk bed. Alright, that's 5 white dye. Boing. 40 white glazed terracotta. And nothing to really use as fuel. Aside from logs. Do I have anything anywhere in here? Can I burn music discs? If only. It occurs to me that there are a lot of iron golems around here now. Just throw some wood in here, I guess. Night, everyone. Oh, is it raining? I think it's raining. The stars aren't coming out. Oh, no, they are. The sky just looks weird to me right now. I've got some coal on me. What am I doing? That's the coal that's in the slot that I'm like, no, that's for torches. Don't do that. Could just make charcoal. Why am I always making villagers sleep outside? The sleeping outside just makes it easier for them to get up in the morning, socialize, and repopulate the village. I'm moving them inside now. It just, for whatever reason, they tend to gather in the mornings, and that's the time when they have a chance at breeding. So I will usually, if I want the villagers to repopulate, I will start them out with a nice open area like that. And now for the usual shenanigans with terracotta. Did the zombie village get update too? I believe it did, yeah. Like, they generate like a plains village, but with more of the new blocks around. This is going to be a really awkward shaped house for this floor design, but hey, it's glazed terracotta. Guys, we hit 9,000 followers on this stream. Thank you guys so much. I don't really look at the Twitch follower stat all that much right now, but it's super cool of Azuma to show some support to the stream, drop a raid, and I really appreciate you guys dropping some follows today as well. What texture is this? This is white glazed terracotta. Get some terracotta from a mesa. A lot of the time you'll find white stuff generating naturally because it's quite a natural color, but otherwise you can make it with bone meal and terracotta. Or Lily of the Valley now, I guess. And yeah, chuck that in a furnace, you get glazed terracotta, which is not bad looking. Of the glazed terracotta textures, it's one of the more usable ones. Thank you to everyone who dropped a follow who is not following already. Just had a bit of an influx. Travis, they will actually pathfind to bunk beds quite easily in my experience. Like, they just have to make contact with a bed and they just get in it. It's not like as big a deal as all that. You know what we could do? Just because I don't really like the pattern being kind of backwards over here, what we could do is do this. Weird solutions to problems like this, I know, but we end up like so. what I would give for that accurate terracotta pack that D-Nator Games made a while back. And then we can put in another stripped oak log there, and that can be what the torch goes on. That's not a torch. I always have torches on one, so confusing as all heck. Cement Pizza has recently picked up Minecraft again. First played when Trapdoors came out. That was a while ago. And the series helped you get back up to speed on the new features. Dude, I'm glad. I'm very happy to hear that my series is helping catch people up or re-inspiring people to play Minecraft if they've not played for a while. It's always amazing to hear. So yeah, we can do some decorating and stuff in here. We can make little wall features and stuff like that. Why did they change the name from clay to terracotta? Maybe because it was more accurate, really. Like, fired clay is terracotta, really. Half slabs will allow a beacon beam through? Really? Interesting. It kind of looks like a nose on some kind of alien face. Alien face. That log is the perfect spot for a lantern. I don't really know if I want lanterns in the desert. The lantern aesthetic doesn't really suit these kinds of builds, in my opinion. Your mileage may vary, of course, but it just doesn't feel lantern-y around here to me. You never unsee it now, yeah. The alien face. I have seen the alien face. We want to do it like this. Maybe leave that middle one out. But you can still... You kind of get a view from there. It's not important, but... I like to imagine, from the outside at least, that the people in that house can see over the top of this house and it's not, like, getting in their way, you know? What I really want to do is mirror this on the opposite side and have it happen similar over here. Maybe a few blocks away from this farm, though. Move the village paths around a little bit. Get me some more of that smooth stuff. Need to get a smithy going for a bell. I always find it... I do find it kind of strange that you can't craft bells. On the one hand, I get it, but on the other hand, it would be a worthwhile recipe for players to have. But then it also allows for a little bit of... Let's not bring it quite that close to the wall. It adds for a little bit of that kind of... What's the word? Like, gating off of recipes and stuff until it gives you incentive to trade with the villagers some more so that you can get something specific. It feels like you're leveling up your villager skills in a sense. Let's not have that directly opposite though. Let's have it start around here. And then basically do the same house design but mirrored. Like so. Okay, that's too tall. You can buy a bell from all of the blacksmith profession villages. Yeah, you can buy it from armorers, toolsmiths, and weaponsmiths. Basically the smiths. They had to get a job and then they found a job and heaven knows they're miserable now. Okay, gonna have to do something different here as well. Cause you glazed terracotta! I like that beds actually have a block model now instead of just being a... You couldn't previously break blocks underneath beds like that. You had to break the bed and replace it, and I know I've just done that here, but it was easier because glazed terracotta is a menace. Let's maybe have the bed be like there. Or there. It's weird. This room is unbalanced. Let's put it under the window. Let's not make it symmetrical at all. Pixel riffs. Let's make the beds accessible to villagers. Also pixel riffs. Let's put nightstands next to all the beds. I should hope so, Talismancer. I think my husband loves me. Feel like you'd need to have a serious talk if you didn't. Especially if you're bringing him tea. Okay, I've done that wrong. I thought that was measured slightly weird. Don't mind me, I'll just carry on building this while you guys sleep. To be fair, that is kind of what I set myself up for here. I don't know what I'm expecting from them. Wish you could be made hero of the village just for, like, building some cool houses. I'm all about that life. You're right there, lad. So strange. Just a facade. Did we have anyone sleep the night in here? I mean, the door is open. I can't remember if I left that open or not. Party Pooperoo! With the 2 months. Thank you so much for the 2 months of support. Some resub hype in the chat. Love the stream and the YouTube channel. Thank you. Glad you're enjoying both. Hi. Hi. Can I help you, friends? I guess it's going to be kind of like this. Excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you. I'm just going to trap some villagers in here. Don't mind me. He's like, I went into the house, but it was false. It's one of those show houses. Test house, please ignore. This guy's building a house, but the floor is a big old lie. I wanted to actually use those blocks, thank you. There we go. I guess we will have to build up the foundation of this with regular old sandstone for now. Doink. It's weird that the blocks, when you pick them up in a crouching position, still seem to go upwards, like they're aiming for where the player should be standing. How do you crawl? There's a couple of ways of doing it. Basically, you just have to force yourself into a 1 block high space. So the easiest way to do it, as far as I'm concerned right now, is with Elytra. You basically, when you fly, you put yourself in a 1 block high space temporarily. But then if you fly into a 1 block high space like so, I take this out, for example, I can kind of fly into it like that, and then I end up crawling. But you can also push yourself down with trapdoors, with pistons, that kind of stuff. Like, for example, Haja! And now I am crawl. Now I plank. But yeah, there's a couple of different ways of doing it. I feel like Elytra is the one I'm most used to because it's the one that worked before this update. Although the update has kind of legitimized it by forcing you into a kind of crouching animation, where before you would just look like you were standing up, but your hitbox would be small or something. Planking put in Minecraft 2019. Big picture window here. Doors can also be used as ladders. They can. What am I making? This is an augmented sandstone village. I'm applying my own style to a desert village because I recently repopulated it and I want to transform it slightly, and I'm just here wrecking the crops. Sorry, my dude. I'll take the compost, though. Let's do something to the back here. Have it be slightly different to the one opposite. And then get the slabs back. There we go. There's already a wall. Yes, no, in my YouTube series, tomorrow's episode is basically me defending this place from a raid after I've added a wall and there's a moat around here as well, which makes it a little bit harder for pillagers to move quickly. I tell you what, that's so useful for evokers, because evokers run around super fast when they're not casting. It's kind of the worst. Am I using a mod? I have Optifine installed, but that's it. Optifine is just for performance. There's no extra content or anything. A lot of people don't even count Optifine as a mod because it's just part of the normal Minecraft experience for them. Feels like part of the game to a lot of us. All you have to do to defend a raid is build a too-high wall, and then the evokers send Vexes over, and you die. If you want a challenge, don't build the wall in the first place. They have Optifine for 1.14.2 in a pre-release form, so it's still got a couple of bugs that need to be worked out, but for the most part it is there. Okay, that didn't work. Try again. Better. All the power at my fingertips, and I use it ender pearling into random places. I guess I put fences on one side and then trapdoors on all the other sides. Sure. What is Optifine for? Optifine is for kind of performance optimization. It improves FPS if your computer is not the best. Also, shout out to me using trapdoors to pillar up and then actually wanting to use them for decoration. Great work there. Also, I've put them all like in the wrong orientation, so I'll have to go back up there and do this anyway. Hup! They actually need to be facing inwards, not outwards. I'm an idiot. I've not run out of scaffolding, just for some reason I haven't got any out of the scaffolding box. Mostly because my inventory is already full of other stuff. Hey, Xped, glad you enjoyed the Villager Trading Hall video. Hope you'll enjoy tomorrow's episode as well. What am I going to do with this village now? Probably do more raids, to be honest. I want to see if... now we've adjusted the villagers' routine and now we're moving them into houses a little bit, if that potentially makes raids and stuff like that a little bit more dangerous, because the villagers are spreading out a little bit more and they're closer to the village perimeter, whereas before, when they went to their beds because the bell was ringing, they would all just kind of mill around here and nothing could see them over the walls. But mostly I just feel bad that this village was like raided so badly to begin with. So I feel like turning this into a bit of a project would be cool. Also, if I wanted to build some kind of like desert savannah village crossover kind of situation here, that'd be really fun. Could do like a Nile Delta situation with the savannah. Lots of farmland. I would enjoy taking on a project like that. I haven't done stuff like that before. Desert is a good place for raids. Yeah, you can see them coming from a mile away as well. Like, as opposed to a plains village where the raiders could be coming out of a forest. Do the preventions for zombies also work for the preventions for raids, like putting a block in front of a door? Basically, yes. The one problem is Vexes being able to fly through blocks. But that's only a concern if you have evokers, which I believe only spawn in the later waves on hard mode. Hard difficulty, rather. That's pretty cool, though. That's pretty cool. I like the designs we're going with here. Might want to expand this farm at the top of the road. I can't pick a favourite hermit. It's unfair. They're all good. From what I've seen, Fish-Face Terror, Vexes only tend to target the player as a priority, but from what I've heard from other people, they do occasionally go after villagers. So I kind of don't want to put the villagers in that position. Can I explain what a loom does? You can use it to make banners now. It is effectively a banner creation tool in the game now, instead of having to use like a third-party website to do that. Which is what I did before, because making banners in-game was a nightmare. In the grand scheme of things, it was an okay system. There's my catchphrase again. But it's so much easier being able to see the banner pattern in like a large interface and click through stuff. You can't change layers. You can't like move layers behind each other and stuff on the in-game version, which you can on the website still. But being able to just click through the patterns and have them not use up as much material and that kind of stuff is definitely a vast improvement. I think I put one there as well, didn't I? Yeah, that'll do. And I think we'll probably also build another one of those houses here. Which I guess starts like there, doesn't it? Is that going to be... Oh, that's 8 block light. That's not terrible. One thing I do have to be very aware of is how much light is around these. Now that I'm changing the landscape significantly, yeah, there's going to be dark spots here and there. Don't want to have zombies spawn in here where they shouldn't be. That was a sneeze, not a dab. Alright. Excuse me while I dab on this block light that I managed to remove from my world. Go me. What was this one spaced out like? Is that like that? I guess it's more like so, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Did I hear about the baby Ender Dragon? That sounds like the start of a joke to me. Like, did you hear about the skeleton who tried to go to the dance, but he had no body to go with? Those are subtitles. Yeah, you can open your accessibility settings and enable show subtitles there if you're in 1.14. If you're in earlier versions, I think they got added in Minecraft 1.9. You can go to music and sounds and show subtitles is there. Sorry, just taking care of the old nose. It's the only one I got. Tempting as it is to actually make that an odd number side, I think I'll probably stick with even numbers. How'd I come up with my name and what's the meaning behind it, if there is one? Pixel Riffs is just a name that's a combination of just pixel, because I wanted to play pixel art type of games. And Riffs is from the old YouTube channel that I used to run called Wiki Riffs, where I took a random article from Wikipedia and wrote a song about it every week. And I no longer do that channel, but I wanted to keep some facet of that, and I liked the riffs part of the name, so that's all really. Right, I'm now out of oak wood, so we'll have to wait for a bit more of that to grow. And I don't have any bone meal either. And apparently my nose has just taken this opportunity to run all over the place. A giant villager bunkhouse. I like the idea, but it's not really gonna work out in a sandstone village environment. Not quite appropriate for the setting. Let's turn some of the sand into sandstone. Might as well. I'm also taking out so many beds from this village, which is probably going to confuse the locals. But I'll put them back. Do 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 do. We got this music disc today. Hey, Gaming Shark, it's going well. How are you? Hope you're having a good one. Tundra Longhouse, maybe? Yeah, like Viking Longhouse, definitely. This poor Iron Golem is having such a hard time getting up the stairs. Yeah, I like the Viking Longhouse idea for sure. What's with all the beds? This is a village. They need them. Do I watch SMP Live? I do not. Do do do. Ba 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 ba. These log blocks keep popping out of here. There we go. Song will always be Python's world. It's funny how many people have claimed this song as like a big part of their series. Because back on the Minecraft server, I'm pretty sure the B team used this pretty regularly. So it's kind of their jam. Oh, you've moved in already, have you? I see how it is. Who do I think is the most underrated hermit? Joe Hills. I don't think enough people get Joe Hills. Joe Hills is incredibly funny. And does some good stuff. Like, he's, I guess, an acquired taste in a sense. But he's there just to be weird. And some people don't seem to understand that. Like, he was literally invited to the server because Generic B, who was the owner of the server at the time, thought they needed more weird people. Why is everyone you've seen on a sandstone village, or is it just coincidence? I mean, who have you seen? It's probably a coincidence. I need to do the same thing over here that I did with the trapdoors over there. I forgot that I put them on the inside instead of on the outside. Like this. Oh, there's another cat. Who's the owner of the server now? I don't know. I think Azuma is the admin, but it's just like a collaboratively owned thing. They probably all pay into a shared server hosting fund or something. Or probably they get their server hosted for them for free, considering it's Hermitcraft, and they probably draw pretty big clout with server hosts. They've all got that affiliate link in their video descriptions and so forth. Doc talked about it in his live stream. Ah, I see. Yeah, I honestly don't know anything about the way Hermitcraft is run, so I'm not the best person to ask. There we go. We can fit 2 beds inside of here. We can fit more than that, obviously, but I don't want to have tons of stuff in here. Otherwise, all the villagers do that comedic, the comedic thing where they're like getting stuck in the doorway and they bump each other out of the way. The old Laurel and Hardy bit. They can't both fit through the door at once. You went to my old channel. Congrats, you probably found nothing there. Except like a couple of weird comedy sketch type things that I used to do. Man, you can't make smooth sandstone back into regular sandstone. Matt Berry 10, thank you so much for the kind words about the survival guide. Glad you're enjoying it. Long may it continue. You're seeing it live in action right now. The ending sounded like the intro of the Spawn Chunks. That's because it was. That is why I wrote that piece of music. More trees. I need to get some bone meal. Bone meal has been the roadblock so far. Need some more trapdoors. We can only do one nostril on this alien face. Kind of looks weirdly like the one of the dinosaur type people from Undertale. A little bit. Super Susio started to watch me about a week ago and loved the videos. Hey, thanks. Glad you're enjoying them. Scaffolding would probably look quite good around this whole area, wouldn't it? I feel like if you put some stuff Like in here, maybe? Just to fill up the space, if nothing else. Maybe not. Maybe not here, but perhaps in other places. Just having little bits like that dotted around, I think, is going to make a difference to the place in terms of detail. I want to have villagers going to interact with scaffolding. They're probably not going to, you know, use it like scaffolding, but you never know. I see an angry llama. I see a dolphin with 1,000 screaming faces. Reminds you of Sid from Ice Age? I guess so. Tree farming without bone meal is a slow process. They do climb scaffolding. I guess they probably do, like, if they walk into it, but I don't think they specifically would climb scaffolding to get to somewhere else. If you understand. Like, they would probably not see scaffolding as like a ladder they could climb to get to the roof of a building. They wouldn't want to use it as like a path to get to a bed. Yeah. Probably want to inject a little bit of color into this place, kind of the way we did the cat cafe with like blue and white wool. I like the idea of making this a really colorful place. We could maybe make green the motif here, considering there are so many green beds. Just do it like that. Have them be little tables. Gotta stop putting torches high up where there's really no need for them. The little kid villagers are so funny. Running around to bounce on the beds. Not terribly realistic tree growth, not so much. Could also use a few plants here and there, other than the dead bushes. I need more stripped logs on the corners though, so those are going to have to go. Put the leaves in composters, I guess. All the leftover saplings, I've got a lot of those. Probably get more leaves though, if I sheared them. TTV Black Carbon, hey, I started watching a couple of weeks ago and you got me back into Minecraft. Really enjoy watching the channel, keep up the great work. Hey, thank you. Very kind of you. Glad you're enjoying things. It started. The villager door noises have begun. Yeah, I can't remember if saplings or leaves compost better, but at least we get a bit more bone meal that way. They're probably about the same. Door rage. Door rage happens, yes. Man, I really wish they'd stop leaping off of this. This is something else I have to do when we remodel this village a bit more, is stop them from jumping off these cliffs like lemmings. You have a tree farm and it's getting out of control. I think I want to make village buildings so that we don't have the workstations out in the open as well, but right now I'm more concerned with housing. I think this is looking pretty cool so far. Have it actually have paths of sorts. I wonder if the villages are a little bit better with slabs now than they used to be. The cut slabs, you probably just want smooth sandstone for that. There we go. Put that in there. So that we can just have this street be like... a little bit more... not perfectly linear, but... have it go up in stages. I think if anything I want to move that... where is the... It's so difficult to tell the difference between the different types of sandstone blocks. But if we want to keep this design with the torches on it, it's got to be centered with this street we've made. Centered with the farm too. Yeah, I'm planning on integrating some houses and stuff into this, so hopefully the villagers will decide not to jump off of those. We'll see. Give them time. Haven't seen too many more golems lately, which is kind of a good thing, I guess. Maybe they've all just gone to another side of the village. There's one guy who's like over here by the wall, keeping an eye out for evokers. Oh, we have an escapee. What are you doing there, my friend? Apparently nothing. You don't have a job. Well, anytime you want to rejoin society, let me know. At least if villagers wander off on their own, they don't blame you for that if they die. That would be a nightmare. He wanted to... He's a tomb raider. He wanted to bust the ruins. He wanted to figure out what all of this stuff used to be. Maybe he's researching all of these dying squids. Did I leave anything in these? Iron sword, iron helmet, yeah. How's my birthday? My birthday was fine. It was like 3 weeks ago. I had a good time. Went out for some excellent food. Might be going back to that tapas place with my parents when they come to visit, depending on what they want to eat. Potential zombie victim. Yeah. I mean, if he becomes a zombie and then we cure him, discounts for days. Alright folks, I'm going to take a very short break. I'm going to go and refresh my cup of tea. And I'm probably going to hit pause just in case anything terrible happens over here. But in the meantime, take it easy, grab some snacks, grab yourself a cup of tea if you need one. We'll probably go for another, I guess, like 45 minutes, and then we'll wrap up the stream and drop a raid on whoever else is streaming out there. So enjoy the break. Be back in just a few minutes' time. Hello! Welcome back. How is everyone? Hope you've been enjoying chair facts. I came back just in time to avoid Beethoven, which I'm rather happy about. If anyone here is new and doesn't know what the joke is about Beethoven, mostly don't worry about it. But if you hear Beethoven at any point, something has gone terribly wrong. Oh no! We found some diorite under the desert. This place is built on cursed ground. Hermitcraft, no, pixel riffs. Yeah, there's your shout out. Enjoy your day. Oh dear. Thank you, Paranor. I beat you back. Haha! I win! Didn't realize we were racing. This one can be sunken down a little bit. The cool thing about this style of houses is that it relies less on variety in the way you build them and more on variety of height and scale and that kind of stuff. So you can do some really neat stuff with them. What I might do is actually build a little side piece. Is this the Krusty Krab? No, this is Pixel Riffs. Oh! Get out of my building site. They all just turn up whenever they want, this lot. The Hoven. Great Beethoven mate, I rate 8 out of 8. One of those evil Americans that heats up the water in the microwave. Scandal! Scandal in my chat. It really makes me laugh that of all of the appliances American folks have, they don't have electric kettles. Just baffling. Like, I get it, you don't drink tea all that much, you have coffee makers, but the prevalence of stovetop tea kettles is just absurd to me as an Englishman. Starting to get the hang of placing these terracotta blocks. I'll forget it by the next time I end up using them, but for the moment, at least, it makes sense. You do have electric kettles, though. I mean, some people do, but, like, it's so much more common to not have one. Whereas in the UK, that's, like, one of the first appliances you get. Thought we found a British guy that didn't hate Americans. I don't hate Americans. I'm married to one. The problem is you guys are off your appliance game. Which is funny because I thought America was supposed to be the leader in, like, world technology or whatever, and you just don't have electric kettles. Real strange. Communists drink tea. No, communists drink vodka. That didn't work out so well for them either, so... I know. I'm being reductive for the sake of humor. For the sake of humor, I'm being reductive. I don't know what this room is going to be, but I like the idea of having a house that's a little bit more of an interesting shape. Maybe we should make this part taller, actually, because the reason that part isn't taller is so that the houses behind have some room. So let's make this like a tower, I guess. Villagers aren't going to use it anyway. It's also getting real dark all of a sudden. It got very dull. It was a nice sunny summer day before. Excuse me while I fall over my own chair, trying to get the light turned on. Need to get one of those clappers. Lights? Nah, not so much. Ain't my style. I've resisted all types of home automation and I feel like I'm a better person for it. Is this all smooth sandstone? Yuck. The Raven. You can get lights that you can control with your phone. I know, and that seems terrifying to me. How a nation can have lights that are controlled by phones but no electric kettle. Come on! We need the red terracotta back, don't we? Dot, dot, dot. And I guess we'll do fences around the outside here. With our little stair detail on each of those because I like that. May as well keep these details consistent. What's my opinion on toasters? Toaster or toaster oven or both? We don't have toaster ovens in this country. Or we do, but they are much less common than just a slotted toaster. Then British kitchens typically are kind of small compared to the average American kitchen, I think. America just has more space for things in general. In my experience, kitchens in the UK tend to be smaller. And so we tend to go for compact appliances. Would you say that's accurate?
What?
American kitchens are kind of larger than UK kitchens, and UK tends to go for like more compact appliances.
Yes.
As a result. See? Verified by an American source.
I would agree with that.
Do we
go for more compact things in general.
do we have vacuums? No, we take all the rugs outside and beat them with one of those like 3-leaf clover things. Yes, we have vacuums. We're not savages. Chat is having an appliance discussion. I think we'll do a small high window like that because that's actually a fairly normal size window on this side. You have a second vacuum to clean out your vacuum. How much money do you think I have? Chat is wishing you a safe trip. She says thanks. I never answered your DMs. No, I'm sorry. I don't spend all that much time on Twitch, and so I only noticed them recently when I was just, like, changing my stream details and getting ready to stream. As far as joining Discord communities and stuff, I'm not really that interested. My Discord thing is already a mess, and a lot of the time I don't really feel like I can contribute meaningfully to stuff like that, so I'll probably pass, but thank you. Are tomatoes fruits? I'm pretty sure they are. Isn't the definition of a fruit that it, like, keeps seeds on the inside or something? More stuff is a fruit than you think, but then ultimately it's just a matter of semantics and whether or not you care about that stuff. Now, here's the question. Will villagers actually use this house? How's Breath of the Wild going? I changed the master mode and you're currently on the Champions Ballad DLC. I've got as far as, I think I'm about to go to the Gerudo Divine Beast. Like, I haven't been playing it all that regularly. I take long breaks from it because I make so much YouTube content and stuff. So, yeah, I end up doing little bits at a time. I've just got to the Gerudo area, and I got sidetracked by solving one of those shrine puzzles that's in that bit in the ruins where there's those 7 statues and those balls that you have to use magnesis on and put them aligned with the right statues. I did that first. Like, I paraglided into that and did that puzzle before anything else. So I don't know. I think I've seen Varnaboris from a distance, but I don't think I've actually had anybody tell me what the deal is with Varnaboris yet. Looking forward to that, though. Big old camel robot. It's a fun design. How are we doing for light levels in here? Looks like everything is... Oh, no, 7's in the corners. Always by the door. You just did the camel? Nice. Yeah, I did Varuta first, Varmeadow second, and I feel like the Goron place is so intimidating to go and visit because of like all of your stuff basically getting set on fire anytime you go near it, so I haven't been back. I think I went there and I got to one shrine just because I had enough of the food that gives you heat resistance. I did that and then I left because I was like, this is literally like, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen, you know? I've met a couple of Gorons just around the world, and I did there's like a canyon somewhere where you can go and play golf. A lot of people say the Blight is tough. Uh-huh. Yeah, I had more trouble with Water Blight Ganon than I had with Wind Blight Ganon, I think. But I've got a lot of good gear at this point. My problem is just not having enough space to hold it all, and then, like, having a decent sword, but realizing it's probably going to die in, like, 3 hits on something big. Oh my gosh! The raid hype is real, you guys! Hello! Oh! Azuma and False in one stream. And it's not even my birthday. False alarm, indeed. Wow. Hello. Hello, raiders. Welcome along. False Symmetry with the raid. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you guys had a good stream. What were you guys up to today? Hello, hello. What's up? Raiders, welcome. So many emotes in the chat. So much hype. Welcome along. Hello. I'm going to raise a cup of invisible tea to you all. Hey, Bexy is here. Hello, my friend. How are you? You played the 10-year map? Oh, wow. I haven't even checked that out yet. I really should, you know. I really should go and take a look at that. But yes, welcome along. Have I found Hestu yet? No, I've found him a bunch of times. Yeah, I've got the Master Sword. I'm good. The Swamp Hag with 200 Pride Bits. Thank you so much for the 200 Pride Bits. And, of course, I haven't even mentioned that on today's stream. If you cheer 200 bits or more in Pride Month, I think Twitch is donating 10% of all revenue from those bits, or like 10 cents of each donation or something like that is going to the Trevor Project to help LGBTQ youth, which is a really awesome cause, of course. And I'm, yeah, really excited for that. So if anyone feels like cheering 200 bits or more, using those Pride bits as well, that's very much worthwhile. You didn't know, you just did it on the off chance? Wow. Well, that's, there you go. The more you know. And your donations are going to a good cause, so thank you. It's another one of those Twitch incentives that is going around. They're celebrating Pride Month, which is very cool. So there we go. Hey, we got another 200 bits from Motomeru. Thank you so much. I should mention this stuff more often, right? But no, thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you again, False, for the raid. Very kind of you. We had Azuma raid us earlier. We've had a raid from Gibbet Gaming as well. So the Minecraft community showing the love today is very much appreciated. What are bits? Bits are kind of like Twitch currency. You can buy them through Twitch and you cheer them, which means a thing comes up on the stream and in the chat, and it basically goes to supporting streamers. Each bit is basically like a US cent, so it all contributes to the revenue payouts streamers get, but it's also a fun and colourful way of showing some support for your favourite streamers. The Mining Boss with a host. Thank you so much for the host. So I think we can probably put 3 beds in here. I feel like this feels like a 3-bed house to me. For anybody who's just joined us, oh wow, okay, the bits are coming through now. Anagram, Oculus, and the Vixen with 200, 200, and 500 bits, respectively. Thank you guys all so much. Showing some love. And Cosmic Dancer with 200 bits as well. The Pride bits coming through. Thank you. So, yeah, to catch you guys up on what we're doing here, this is a village that I originally came out to test out pillager raids. There is a, I keep wanting to say Woodland Mansion. There is a pillager outpost on the horizon over there. You can just about see the encampment over there. If my render distance was a chunk higher, you'd be able to see the outpost, which is right there. And I have walled off this village here, and the first time I did a raid, it went really badly. But I'm now repopulating this area. We've got a healthy village population going. I have done a raid here now that this wall is here, and it actually protected the village really well. So I'm basically building up this whole area again, and I want to build them some nice houses, because I had to knock down some of the houses in order to build the wall, and I just put a bunch of beds out here in the middle of nowhere so the villagers could repopulate, and now I'm trying to find houses for them all and turning it into a bit of a project that we can do here on streams. How do you zoom? That's a feature of Optifine, which is a client-side mod for vanilla Minecraft that helps with performance, but also gives you the option to zoom in using the C key on your keyboard. And I think we'll do these kind of runs of trapdoors around the outside. That looks good. Do I stream every day? I do not. I stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, usually at around 3 p.m. UK time. Over the month of June, I'll probably have a little bit more time to do bonus streams here and there because I'll probably have a little bit more time. My wife is going away for a trip, and a lot of the time, you know, when I'm at home, I spend time with her. But she's going back to the United States, where she is originally from, and going to see her sister's high school graduation. So, yeah, I will probably have a little bit more time to stream because I'm going to be staying here and getting some more work done. Staying in touch via Skype and all that. But, yeah, it felt like it was probably... While I'm... I've got so much momentum with my Twitch channel and my YouTube channel right now that it was one of those things where we had to weigh up whether it was worth me going out versus me sticking around and continuing to work on my project here. And we plan on going out and visiting them and having them come out and visit us and stuff, so it cut down on the expense of the trip as well. What area of America is she from? She is from California, from the Bay Area in California. But she is going out to Taos, New Mexico, I believe, to attend her sister's high school graduation. Because her family is quite, like, spread out here and there. Got lots of siblings and step-siblings and cousins and that kind of stuff, so. What side of the bay? She's from Watsonville. So, like, that South Bay, I guess. Okay? What does Watsonville count as in terms of Bay Area geography? Is it like South Bay? It's South Bay, like Monterey Bay Area rather than like San Francisco Bay Area. Yeah. Yeah, she says she counts as the South Bay, but is yeah. It's more accurately the Monterey Bay Area, Santa Cruz County, that kind of stuff. Coop, you're in the Bay Area right now. Hope you're enjoying the weather. I gather it's better over there than it is here, but that's par for the course with America in general, really. I say America in general, but I feel like a lot of people just think of that area of America. They don't think of, like, Seattle and places where it rains all the time. I'll check the block light around here just to make sure I'm not creating dark spots for husks to spawn, because husks are the freaking worst and they don't burn in sunlight. But we're good. So closer to San Jose than Oakland, yeah. Yeah, much closer to San Jose, like Santa Cruz kind of area. I've visited several times, and I do like the area. It's super nice. But the highlight is always going to see family, of course. They named a town the Cats. I mean, yeah. They also named a town the Angels. We have Catford. We do have Catford. And Guildford. Lots of Fords over here. I'm occasionally composting stuff to get one bone meal, and it's not really all that helpful. I need to move some of these beds while these guys aren't sleeping as well. So you're shucking off the husks of the village. Very good. I see what you did there. That's corn humor, ladies and gents. You don't get much of that outside of Kerrang! Magazine. Yeah, maybe we could have like a little archway kind of thing in here. That would make a bit more sense, wouldn't it? It's cloudy in Southern California. Sure you don't just have that smog, the haze. Put a few sandstone walls in here for decoration, actually. Corn would be a good Minecraft crop. Enter Pam's Harvest Craft for all your corn needs. Can we do something like this? No, let's not do that. That looks weird. I'll say no more about that. Put a few of these around, though. I like the idea of having like a little bedside torch there instead of it being above the bed. These fools. These noisy neighbours. I do like the style of these, though. I feel like we've developed a simplistic style, but it works for the villagers. It's a nice little vibe we've got going on here. The villagers are finally getting houses again, which very few of them are using, but that's... Just got to make sure that we move the right beds, really. We've got 2 in here that aren't being used right now. None of these are occupied. But I think they've just claimed these beds over here because I was moving those other ones around. I also feel like more recently we have had people wandering outside the boundary of the village, which is a concern. What if Minecraft added tomato plants? Then we would all be able to have a lot more pizza. Okay, it looks like anyone who got out... No, there's one guy still there. I think he might have been the same guy who was over here. I'm kind of concerned about that, but the most important thing about this area is that stuff can't get in rather than people not being able to get out. Let me take this redstone torch away. That was there from when I was transporting a villager from the savannah. Is pizza even pizza without cheese? I think it is. I think it still counts. It's just got to be a flatbread with some toppings, really, to be a pizza, hasn't it? I'm probably going to anger the pizza enthusiasts. Probably shouldn't have waded into this intensely political debate. Stick to talking about Minecraft. Love dough with salsa. I know several people who either don't like cheese and so they have pizza without it, or they will only eat cheese on pizza. But I don't think pizza is a mandatory requirement of cheese. I've also had pizza with like barbecue sauce instead of like marinara. The words of someone who makes Minecraft pizzas with sponges. At least there's no pineapple blocks. Son-in-law can't have cheese. Yeah, my wife is lactose intolerant as well. She can still have cheese, but it usually involves taking, like, enzyme tablets for it. We do need to do something about this cliff. Try and make it so they don't fall out of bed. But I do want to work some houses into the cliff face here. Oh, I say cliff face. It's not exactly a cliff. It's more of a hill. But to these guys, it's a cliff because they keep walking off it. I'm slightly worried that one of the villagers is just going to snuff it one day because they've gotten out of bed in the wrong direction. Pizza is a controversial topic. It's true. Alright, I'm going to go and repair this shovel. And then I think we're probably going to call the stream after that. But I'm kind of done here. I'm drifting. I'm doing that thing where I lose focus on what I'm doing. So I need to go and repair my tools. We'll throw this stuff in here for the moment. I'll probably forget where that is too, but for now... Let's throw another button on a wall somewhere here. There, that'll do. And let's head over to the Guardian Farm. I need a nether portal around here as well. I keep having to fly to and from this village, and it's unnecessary. You can see where the village used to be, can't you? But that's looking like a tidy little community so far. I like the shape of it. And we'll see more of that come together in future streams. If anyone can tell me how to turn off this weird blue thing that Optifine does, please let me know. Because I almost prefer the way the void in the overworld looks in vanilla. I wouldn't want to lose Optifine for the zoom, because the zoom is so useful for doing tutorials, but it's kind of weirdly frustrating to me that the void in the background has these, like, 3 stripes to it. Is that a new Optifine thing? I can't really tell, to be honest. I can't remember if it was really there in the previous version and I was just so used to Optifine that it didn't bug me. But having played without Optifine for like a month and a half at this stage, returning to it feels weird. Yesterday you ran a 5k race in 27 minutes and you're very sore today. Well, congrats. That sounds like a good time to me. I have no idea how long it would take me to run 5k. It would probably be longer than that. I love messing with the ghasts, man. Swoosh. Gonna do some more work on the Nether Hub on Tuesday's stream as well. And like I said, for those of you guys who have just joined us, I do stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, but this week my stream schedule is going to be a little bit thrown off because of taking my wife to the airport, and my parents are coming to visit on Thursday. It's the first time they've been to this house to stay for a little while, I think. I mean, they've been here and there in the past, but only for like short trips, and we've done a little bit of work around here since then. But yeah, on Thursday they're going to show up, and that means my stream times and days are going to be a little bit weird for a little while. So I will keep you guys informed. If you're not following me on Twitter, you can find the latest announcements about streams happening there. It's your birthday on Tuesday. Ah, happy birthday for then. And yeah, I will probably start my stream on Tuesday a little bit later than usual, mainly because I think I'll probably have to make my way back from the airport a little later than usual. How many times have I died in this world? 9 now. I died 3 more times in the video that you guys are going to see on the YouTube channel tomorrow. Have Mum and Dad play Minecraft with me. I don't think they'll be interested, but it'll be fun to at least talk to them about what I do, because they haven't seen this whole setup in action, really. So it's potentially going to be kind of fun chatting to them about it and talking about the business of running my YouTube channel, which is definitely feeling more and more like a business every day. Alright, let's head out to the Guardian Farm, mend this shovel, and I will open up the Twitch dashboard and we'll see who else we can raid. Thank you once again to False and Azuma for the very cool, very generous raids, and Gibbet Gaming as well for the raid that happened in between the two. We've had a raid sandwich. This is what I mean about the Optifine Void World thing, right? You go bam, and then suddenly everything loads. It's weird. It's weird, I don't get it. Paranor flexing those mod muscles. Thank you so much for keeping the chat in line today. I know it's becoming a little bit hectic, but hectic is good. It means the stream is healthy, I guess. I am drinking tea, yes. Although it is coming to me from a rift in space-time. Kasha, to answer that question in more detail, I do enough streaming and YouTube content creation for this to sort of be like a full-time job. How do we get animations, particles? Do we have bubbles in here that I can switch off? I have no idea. Anyway, we'll set them to minimal for now, just for frame rate purposes. Yeah, I make enough YouTube content and streams that this could be a full-time job for me, but I do still have a part-time job that I am probably going to cut back on in the fullness of time, because the stuff I do for YouTube is now kind of my main gig in terms of what pays the bills. I think Enderman farms give me more XP. Why don't I just make one of those? Yeah, let me just make an Enderman farm in the last 10 minutes of my stream. Sure, go for it. Also, let me make the Ender Mini and have more XP orbs than I can actually consume as a player and have that lag out my world entirely. Coupe DeVille with the last minute sub. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Enjoy your emotes. Welcome to the Pixels. You are 1 in a million. I appreciate the support. I think the Enderman farm has never not been working in 1.14. I think it's more a case of both the Endermen themselves and the XP created as a result of farming Enderman there makes things incredibly laggy. Like, I don't know if you guys watch Impulse SV, but on the Hermitcraft server with his zombie pigman farm, he basically got really bad, like, client-side frame lag, and I think it may even have affected the server a little bit as well, because of all the XP orb entities basically being more than the player can collect. It was really lagging stuff out. And so, if you have an overproductive XP farm, it can actually be a bad thing in this update until they resolve the performance issues, which presumably will be helped a little bit in 1.14.3, which we've been told is coming at some point, but who can say? In the meantime, the Guardian farm is good enough, and it also gets me nice drops. Okay, that's that done. Let's mend the Silk Touch pick as well. I'm just going to open up Twitch and see if anyone else out there is streaming who we can drop a raid on. Of course, everybody who I follow is not streaming Minecraft right now. Optifine 1.14.2 is out. If it's the full release, I didn't know about it. If it's the pre-release you're talking about, I'm using it already. And on Junior Live with 100 bits, you've been holding off upgrading to 1.14. Would you say 1.14.2 is reasonably safe to upgrade to? I would, yeah. There are still a couple of performance issues with it on servers. I think a few servers are still experiencing a fair amount of lag, but it's beyond the point now where, like, entities disappearing and stuff like that is a problem. I think you're probably good if you just want to upgrade your server to get the new content. I don't think anything is going to break. Alright, bear with me while I quickly scroll through what else is happening on Twitch and see if there's anybody else out there we can raid. Trying to find somebody family friendly for you guys, but mileage may vary a little. Where would I go if I wanted to find a new server? Go to MC servers on Reddit if you're interested to find a new server. There's a lot of people there looking for new members. Sometimes they're looking for content creators. They're like Hermitcraft-like kind of stuff. Some people streaming family friendly, but in Russian. Don't upgrade if you have a lot of redstone. I mean, yeah, if you're super hardcore technical player, then you probably don't want to upgrade past 1.12 anyway. I think I'm done upgrading my tools here, or mending my tools rather. Hello, Player Pixels. Sorry you've joined us towards the end of the stream. I'm currently looking for somebody I can drop a raid on. There's so many people out there streaming, but nobody is jumping out at me right now. Have a sorting system, you can't use 1.14 yet. I mean, fair. Oh, okay. This is going to be interesting. All right, folks. I'm going to send you over to somebody who is probably not family friendly, but is also worth a watch. See if I can spell his name right. So if you wanna click away, if you're not into folks who may occasionally swear on stream and other things, but we're gonna raid Jack Patillo, who is probably best known for his work with Achievement Hunter. He's playing Minecraft. He's playing some modded Minecraft. So if you wanna check him out, it's my opportunity to raid somebody big and like someone who's got that reputation, but is like I'm way smaller than, but I seem to have more viewers than him right now, so I'm kind of interested to raid Jack and see what happens. All right, folks, I'm going to send you over to Jack Patillo. Once again, content warning, guy may swear, but that's cool. He's a nice dude. He's got a big old beard, and you will enjoy his stream. Thank you guys so much for being here. My name's been Pixel Riffs. I'll see you guys next time. I'll be back on Tuesday. We're going to do some chopping in the Nether Hub. Until then, I'll catch you guys later. Bye for now.